Hey y'all! Welcome to the
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the stream. Um so this is the Harbingers D&D stream that we're having tonight, hosted by Rosemary PG Studios. Ooh, pretty awesome. Yeah, so pretty much we're just a group of friends that are wanting to get together, have fun, play some Dungeons and Dragons, because we're nerds like that. The best kind. The best kind. Alrighty. Well, I guess there's no really announcements other than we're gonna be doing this every Friday, 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So by all means, check out our About section to learn more about the game that we're running, a little bit more about Rosemary PG Studios, what we do. And yeah, feel free to join in the chat, message in there throughout the session. I know some of the players are going to be checking the chat throughout this time. So we just want to have fun together. So, anyways, I guess we'll go ahead and get started, introduce ourselves, and get into the fray. Alrighty. Um. Okay. So we're gonna start this off real quick. I want everyone to go around and introduce yourself, like say your name, and then introduce your character. Describe what they look like, say their name, but yeah, say who you are first.
Awesome. I guess I'll start. I'm top in the order. So, um, my name's Greg. Uh, I'm a bit of a nerd as well. We wouldn't be here if we weren't. And let's see. A little bit about myself. Currently taking some college classes. I'm just kind of getting some general stuff out of the way, and I really enjoy Dungeons and Dragons. This game means a lot to me. Just role playing in general. Um, this time around, I'll be playing a character named Dusty. He's a druid. He kind of grew up in like a desert sort of an area, so you kind of get a feel for him. And he can be a little bit quiet at times, but he really just has a big heart. He's a big dude too. He's like 6.5 feet tall. So um, just be looking out for him and see how his character develops. I'm excited to see how it goes. I like to keep my characters kind of loose so I can craft them as I go. So we'll see how that goes.
That's
I'll
smart.
pass it over to Dane. Dane.
Why, hello.
Popcorn
My name
it.
is Dane. I know, right? My name is Dane. I am also in college, though I'm at the end of my college term. Currently looking for an internship and whatnot, and going through all that fun stuff. Uh, I love programming, computer science, and all that kind of stuff. So I am a nerd in that sense as well. Uh, about my character, I am playing a water genasi named Douse. A little bit about him. So he is about 4 foot and 5 inches. Let me double check that. Um, so he's not too tall. He's a monk from basically an underwater monastery up in the north of the continent. Um, he's coming out to go around onto his pilgrimage to visit other elemental monasteries throughout the continent. Uh, he has light blue skin, aquamarine hair, and yeah, 4 foot 5 inches. He's 19 years old, male. That's my character. Uh, go on over to Megan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Megan, and um, I am currently in Utah going to school. Um, and for this campaign, I will be playing a half-elf bard by the name of Amaris. She, in a way, is traveling, but is more on the run. Um, so as a way to just help herself along financially, basically, she has recently been doing street performing, majority of the time singing and dancing. and I'm really excited for this campaign. I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for a while now, and it is actually Emily and Sierra who have introduced me into Dungeons and Dragons, and I am so excited to start this up with them again. Yeah, and with that, I'll pass it on to Sierra.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, I'm Sierra, co-founder of Rosemary PG Studios. Gorgeous, lovely, ready to party at any time. Just kidding.
Of course, gorgeous.
Thank you. I'm playing Nuri Tamaran. She's a high elf wizard, because she's a nerd. Sorry.
Flashback to our videos.
Yes, you can see her creation. I got pink hair that's up in a messy bun. I wear ombre clothes from light blue to dark blue and from yellow to red. I got a cool feather and I have an owl named Houdini.
Okay.
Is he an escape artist?
He is an escape artist. How
I love how Amaris or Megan is literally just freaking out right now. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it's great. Nuri is 5'10", so she's kind of tall, and she is on a search for knowledge. Sarah, your go.
Internet-wise, tend to go by Teal. I am recently a graduate in illustration. Oh, it's just really to say. Moving on. My name is Merilla, and I am a powerful sorcerer. The most powerful in the world. If you haven't heard of me, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's not me, it's you.
Merilla, I love you already.
More than my magical prowess would probably, maybe, know me because of the songs I occasionally play in taverns if I have explored this world of ours, Collinburr. The rest you will find out.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Go, Merilla. How old is Merilla?
I don't think it's polite to act people with wrinkles their age.
Okay, we love you,
Actually,
Merilla.
I'll talk about her physical appearance. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I got excited. So Merilla is a shorter old woman. She wears like traveling robes, if that makes any sense. And as you'll see in her portrait, she has these marks that go from about cheekbone to her jaw. And her hair is this nice silver. Which, fun fact, her highlights are not like red, they're actually like a cool ice blue.
Very gorgeous.
It's not dyed highlights, it's like reflecting sun highlights sort of thing.
Loving it. Alrighty. Well, I guess I'll take the floor back unless there was anything else you wanted to say about Merilla.
She's old.
She's
Hey.
How
ouch.
dare you, sir, you little boy.
Okay, dang,
19-year-old
alrighty.
boy, you're old to me.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, I guess I'm Emily. I will be your dungeon master for tonight. Well, and for the foreseeable future. I am also a college student. I am currently an English major, woo! Go English majors. And as for my character, I am everyone.
Sorry, that's OP. Illegal.
I know, exactly. You'll see my cast tonight that I will be playing. We'll see. But yeah, This world is called Kalenver, or at least, the world within this. This is a homebrew D&D 5e. And, I mean, by all means, shall we just get right into it? Get started into the game? Yeah? Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty, awesome. Okay, so each of you, in your own way, we were traveling through the forest. So I'm gonna move this to the map page here real quick that you guys can see. So this is the map of the entire campaign. Right now, you guys are right here. So where this red triangle is. Okay, right in
Are
that
you
Did you
area.
bring
showing
us with you?
Did you share the map?
Oh, I did not bring that with you. There we go.
There we go. All
There
right.
we go. Now you can see it. Let me ping again.
Yay!
Right there, up at the top. You guys are currently traveling through a very thick forest, or at least you were traveling through a very thick forest at the time. Some of you were traveling together, others were traveling on your own accord, where in one swift motion, each of you felt a very sharp pain in the back of your head, and it went lights out, basically. Pretty much, yeah. And it was lights out. You were traveling through a very thick forest, and you're now starting to wake up. Everything is coming to. It's a little fuzzy for you guys. And everything is very dark right now. And can you all see on this page?
I see 4 people.
3 people.
Okay. Yes. So you are currently in a cage, and those of you watching, I don't have all the fancy dynamic lighting on my screen, but for them, they can only see what's in the cage. So you are in the cage with who it pictures. So Merilla, you wake up and you see beside you this water genasi, and a half-elven woman.
Person.
And there's actually in your guys' cage as well. So Douse, Merilla, and Amaris, you guys are all in this cage together, along with another elderly woman. She doesn't seem to be too old, probably in her late 40s at this point. She's kind of clutching her knees, her back pressed against the corner of the wall, and she seems just kind of frightened, kind of just holding on to herself.
Wait, is this Merilla?
No, this is a different old woman that's in the cage with
good.
you. Yeah, no. This is this old woman that in her late 40s, so not super old, but she's in the cage as well. She's just backed into the corner. She seems very terrified. The cage itself seems to be rusted, covered in the red flecks of rust coming up. It's very kind of damp in here. It's like the air feels kind of this wetness to it, as if it had just recently rained. The cage itself is covered in this big black cloth, kind of coarse to the touch, as that is blocking your view of anything else. Nuri and Dusty, you guys also wake up in a cage, similar in regard to the rusted bars, the kind of wet feel in the air, and the black coarse material covering the cage. Next to you guys, though, in your cage, is a young boy who's kind of sitting on the ground, just kind of drawing in the dirt. Right now, he seems to just be kind of fiddling. One arm is wrapped around his knees while he's just kind of drawing in the dirt.
Is he a human?
And he is a human. But both of these characters are human.
And it's dark?
Yes, it's dark. And only Nuri and Dusty are with the boy, whereas Amaris, Merilla, and Douse, you were all with the older woman.
Are any of us tied up, chained, or gagged?
No, but you do not have any of your equipment on you. So your weapons have been taken. Your fists are equipment. um, no, so all of your like physical, tangible weapons and bags and backpacks and stuff like that have all been taken. Yeah.
It's awfully cold and horny here for old woman. She's going to touch her like little clasp thing that holds her overlayer of robes, and she's going to cast the cantrip light to, illuminate there a little bit better.
Okay, so you have a little bit more light. You can kind of see the people around you a little bit better. Because there are like a couple like tiny tears in the fabric, so you like have a little bit of light filtering in through there, but now it's a little bit brighter in here. I will say that Dusty and Nuri, you did hear this elderly voice, like beside you, like 5 feet away from you.
To clarify, are we all awake currently, or
Yes, every one of you guys
Okay,
are
okay.
awake now, but you just woke up in this cell, basically.
my neck?
And Dusty and Nuri, you heard that as well.
How tall are these cages?
They seem to span about like 6 feet tall. So
Okay, cool.
Launched
I
if
stand
you're
up because laying on the floor is uncomfortable.
already, it is a dirt floor, so
Gosh freaking dang it, now my dress is dirty.
Merilla is going to turn to this 40-year-old woman.
Mhm.
And she is going to kind of like lean forward a little bit toward her and say, "Oh, hello there, young dearie. How long have you been here?"
I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. So not very long.
You haven't observed anything useful?
I mean, you all just woke up. Have you
You're
observed
correct.
anything useful?
Give me 5 minutes.
Uh,
Roll
hearing
perception,
that,
please.
Perception. Okay. What are you trying to Okay, yeah, roll perception.
I guess
Yeah.
I might have missed it. Are there any doors? Is it just stone?
So
wall
yeah, so you
that's
see kind of
bars?
on this edge of the cage, there is like a door. The door itself is about like 4 feet tall. So it's a very short door on this big cage,
Well,
basically.
they thought of me when they constructed this place.
So yeah, so you do see this door. There is a lock mechanism on the door as well.
is there any like way I could look around outside of the cage to see what is outside of that, or you said there were like slits of light?
Yeah, so there are some like small tears in the fabric, so you could like peek through some of those tears if you wanted.
Okay.
Just tell me which direction you're peeking.
Well, if I'm in this corner, I'll start up going from the top.
All right, so roll roll perception for me.
Okay.
16. Okay, not bad. All right. Well, as you kind of are looking up out, kind of like peering through this fabric, like it's easy for you to kind of like grab onto the corners of the hole and like peek through a little bit more. As you kind of peer through, you are face to face with just a rocky wall, basically. It seems to
Okay.
be you guys are at the bottom of a cliff face, and the cliff goes up about like 25 feet. So actually it's not like too big of like a cliff itself, but it goes up about that far. You see like kind of trails and crevices in the stone that look like they've been made over the course of years with like rainwater and stuff like that. You're about like maybe like 2 feet away from the stone of the wall, basically. And there's just like dirt at the base. So
Okay. If I give a little bit of a tug on the cloth, is it like hooked on anything, or would it easily move?
like easily rip or like easily move off the cage?
Yeah, easily move off the cage. I'm not trying to rip it, but like,
Yeah. It seems like if you like tug a little bit, it doesn't seem like it's moving off the cage. Like it seems like it's stuck there.
okay. I'll let someone else do something if they want instead of hogging the show.
Well, I was actually going to investigate the cloth as well to see if I could pull it off.
Well, you attempt to do that, and you try to tug it, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna move. I mean, if you're only tugging like a little bit, if you want to tug really hard, you could, but
Can I do that? I'm gonna tug really hard at it.
okay, make a strength check.
Oh, this is not gonna be good.
16. Not bad.
Yeah.
Woo! Alrighty. Okay, so you yank on on this cloth basically. And it actually which side were you like yanking on? Like
If we're looking at the map, yeah, like right there.
right there. Okay.
Yeah,
All
like
right,
right in front of me.
Okay, so you yank on this cloth and it comes like flying off of the cage there. And hold on, there's a couple things.
They definitely know we're awake. I mean,
Yeah, it's a pretty cowardly move if they're going to be covering this cage. So
as you yank it open, you actually see this little tiny green grotesque kind of goblin that looked like he was just kind of like napping and snoozing against the cage, kind of like and starts to get this like really grouchy like look and kind of shocked, and he just looks at you holding this blanket, and you guys can now see out into the camp, and you guys can see all of these different anything that you see here. There's lots of kind of rudimentarily built tables and chairs that are more, I know the map looks like actual chairs, but they're more like stumps, like carved stumps. You see this giant like pot over here. And there's like a fire underneath it. So the pot's kind of like bubbling a little bit. Looks like there are two goblins that are kind of like chittering to each other right next to the pot, just kind of like casually chatting. But all these goblins kind of like turn and look at you guys as the tarp comes off. And we're gonna pause there real quick, and we're gonna go to Dusty and Nuri. Just moments before this happened.
No.
So this is more moments before this happens.
We can see in the cages at least a little bit, enough to kind of perceive who's inside of there.
Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
So you guys can see like the people in your cage, like their outlines and stuff, because it seems to be about like mid-morning, basically mid-morning to midday around there. So there's like enough light that you can see like each other faintly. So
Okay. High or low?
me?
Low.
Oh, I heard a low. Hold on. What are we doing? Are we doing a D20? Is that how we're gonna do higher lows?
Generally, it's 2d6s, but it's up to you.
2d6s? Oh, the 2d6s. 2d6s.
Also, Douse, Merilla, and Amaris, you now can see each other perfectly clearly in the cage as well.
Well, how do you do to you all? I still need to work on figuring out this guy's voice.
That's okay.
I'm
Greg,
in the same boat. Okay, so I got an 8, which is the high, which is not the low that Sierra suggested. Unfortunately.
No.
So Dusty's gonna kind of get up from his stupor, and he looks up, he looks around. He realizes that he's in a cage, which kind of causes him to freak out a little bit. And he says something. He like starts checking the walls like really sporadically, and he's gonna make a perception check.
Right. Roll for perception. 18. Okay. So you're just perceiving like what's going on in the cage kind of a thing?
Yeah, specifically, he's like, yeah, he's trying to figure out where he is and like how to not be here. He's trying to figure out exactly what happened. All he remembers is getting fonked, and now he's like, oh,
Thong.
I am trapped.
Okay. So pretty much what you can perceive is like everything that I've told you before, the cloth that's surrounding the coarse fabric, the rusty bars. You see a door, like right here, about like 4 feet tall. Like with that's also just rusted and stuff. Dirt floor, the boy kind of drawing in the floor. You see Nuri, across from you, basically. But there's not really much else that you can perceive from where you're at.
So he's gonna turn to Nuri and he's gonna say, Nuri, you're here too? How did we get here?
Steve? What? Oh, I don't remember a thing.
Uh,
I'm gonna try and summon my familiar. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Because you already have them like cast, you're just pulling them out of the
Yeah.
pocket dimension, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna summon my familiar right outside the cage, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, Dusty, I'm not gonna be able to hear or see anything for a moment, and then I'm going to dive into my owl's senses and like fly up and see what's going on.
Okay. So you dive into your owl senses, and as you do so, okay, your owl appeared kind of on the top of the cage, basically. You your eyes open and you see this campsite. So let me remove the lighting over you guys. You see this
Hello.
campsite. And you actually, as you enter into the senses of your owl Houdini, you actually see the tarp come off of the cage next to you. And you see a half-elf woman, kind of the back of her, so you can't really like make out her front quite yet because she's facing off in this direction. Just like her hand holding just like a fistful of this fabric. Pretty much. And so you can perceive all these goblins all of a sudden like their eyes snap towards this cage. Okay. So now we'll come back into all of this. So these goblins, they all kind of like snap their eyes towards you three in the cage here. Sierra, you can perceive everything kind of going on. Dusty, you can only hear everything that's going on. Whereas everyone else you can see exactly. You see this one elf, goblin, gerblin.
Same thing.
Basically. It's a little shorter gnome elf.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna be really technical.
I know, I've just offended like every goblin or every elf in like the party.
No, I offended every goblin. Elves are not offended.
Yeah. I'm interchanging them.
Well, they used
Okay.
to be Fae. Anyway, blah blah blah.
I mean, if you're going down the long history, your mother was an elf, is what he shouts now.
More.
Anyways, so basically, he kind of skitters up to his feet. And does anyone here understand Goblin? Like, does their character know
I do
Goblin?
not.
Okay.
Nope.
So you hear a lot of chittering, basically. These kind of like chitter noises of kind of like low, gravelly, just just mumbles out, basically. It seems like he's really kind of like upset. And he kind of like bangs his little like sword against the bars, kind of reverberating. You guys can hear the noise. Just kind of like racking in your heads there. He does not seem very happy with you. And the other two, these two that are over here by the pot, one of them kind of comes up and starts like he has like one fist on his hip and the other one is like kind of like touching his chin and like ever you see that he has just very like a small patch of like facial hair, like very, very wispy facial hair. And it seems like he's very, very proud of it as he's stroking the wisps of his facial hair. Just like
Gotcha. 12-year-old's first Pete's Fuzz status.
basically. And he seems to be examining you all. And then he
So this
points-
place is so small because there's goblins. I hate how
I'm
that
gonna
makes
stick
so
my
much
tongue out
sense.
at the goblin.
he just kind of like kind of growls, like makes a little like snide comment basically in Goblin that you don't understand him at all. So, I'm just not realizing I need to pull up the page on goblins real quick for their stats. Yeah,
Let's
but
just say they all have one health.
oh yeah, totally. Anyways, basically, okay. There we go. There we go. We got this.
Here we go.
So pretty much they're just kind of chittering, talking to each other. This one here that was kind of like banging on the bars, he stopped banging on them. He seems just like a little grouchy now. You see two goblins over here. They seem to just be ignoring you guys completely. They're in their own conversation. And this guy over here is still like mixing the pie. He's just kind of like, he like looked up, then he's kind of like, like they got it. So he's just like stirring with this like giant, he's like on this like big treat. Like this pot is big. Okay. It's like almost 10 feet in each like diameter, basically. And so like it's a big pot. So he's like on a
How far away
stump.
is the pot from us?
It's about 20 feet from you guys.
Oh, that's perfect.
Does it look like an individual could fit in it?
Yes, it looks like an individual could fit in the pot.
I do believe we might be the next meal. Any
I think
volunteers?
that's a given.
Looks around at everybody.
But
I feel like
any
you might
volunteer?
be the fine aged wine to go with the meal, darling.
I don't really drink wine, but I might be able to buy you a bottle if we survive this.
I'm a little too young for wine, but we'll see.
Some fine aged wine. It doesn't seem like these goblins are quite that classy.
Fair enough, fair enough. Do we want to break out of this place?
Yes.
Yes?
I mean, you can stay here if you want.
Well, I'm asking, do we
Enjoy
want
a place to stay?
sneaking out would be a little bit difficult at the moment, but I was talking about how loud do we want to I want to get out of here.
Well, I want to get out of here too.
I agree. And then she looks pointedly at the other woman that's in the cage with us.
She can stay.
No.
You can't leave the young dairy. It's unhospitable.
Are you
These
pointing at the
goblins.
older woman?
Yes, the other one.
Oh. She kind of is
I like-
just like kind of withdrawn within herself, and now she's kind of taken to not like seriously rocking back and forth, but just like a slight like gentle rock back and forth, just kind of calming herself. So
You stay there.
Oh my goodness.
Look, if we're getting out of here, we're all getting out of here. No one's being left behind.
You guys do see another cage that's covered to your left, technically, or right, or whatever. You do see.
Can't quite reach that one.
Yeah, it's about like 5 feet away. So,
You can reach it.
Sierra, as Houdini kind of flies like above, kind of like an aerial look, you can see that there's like all these different like wooden pillars and barricades. You're kind of like at the edge of like a cliff, basically. And that this goblin hideout has been very well built and structured for defense, pretty much. That's about as much as you see with your roll.
Can Houdini spot where any of our stuff may be? Just from the
Oh.
flyby?
No, it does not seem like it.
Okay, I'm gonna have Houdini kind of just keep a safe distance from everything.
Yeah.
Stay hidden pretty much in trees or whatever. And I'm gonna come out and tell Dusty essentially what's happening. There's a lot of people, and their goblins are wanting to cook us alive.
Oh,
It's really well defended.
Merilla, Douse, Amaris, you can hear this like whisper that just like kind of a. You hear another voice, basically.
okay. So we're surrounded by goblins. We're trapped here. There's a lot of them. Could we fight them?
At least 10 of them.
Okay. That might be a little bit risky. Dusty kind of turns to the kid. And he asks him, he says, "What do you take of all this?"
He kind of like looks up. He's like, I just want to go home.
Okay. Well, we can get you there. But first we have to get out of here.
Yeah, I guess.
You're not
Have you been
worried
here
about
long?
this.
I don't think he wants to go home.
How old does this kid look?
He looks like 12 or 13. So, like, you could kind of guess, like, in an angsty age. He's like,
I'm gonna scooch a little closer to the kid and be like, "What's your name?"
David.
Nice to meet you, David. I'm Nuri. This is Dusty.
Okay, you're like really in my space. Can you back away?
Sure thing.
Yeah. Yeah, not feeling it. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm gonna just like look at Dusty and like look at the kid and just be like,
Also, Dusty's hunched over in
He
this.
just-
He can't fully stand up in this cage. It's 6-foot ceiling. He's taller than
Yeah.
that. He's like
kid just-
really hunched over too.
The kid just rolls his eyes.
children, teenagers.
Okay, well, we're the only ones here. So we'll need
No, there's 4 other people.
Do we
next door.
hear him say we're the only ones here?
Yeah.
just us and the.
No, you're
Oh.
not. She's
Oh,
gonna yell it.
Sorry, I
there's someone
forgot to
else
whisper.
out there. There's someone else out there.
Yes. 4 other people, actually.
4. We
Yes.
have 3 in our cage. Is there any other cages, or is it just the 2?
Marilla's gonna like glance over at the goblins.
They
That
seem
kind
to
of
be
just
chittering
jealous,
to each
whatever.
other. Can you
While
say that
they
one more
doing
time?
this-
Other cages, I don't see any. Sorry, was that the question?
Well, I could do something with that pot whenever we're ready to go. It would make a little bit of a distraction for us.
Okay, I do like I might have an idea to get these goblins at least to back off. But other than that, there's like I can't open this door.
Could I
So if that,
Understandable.
could I investigate like the door, the cage, and see like what kind of a hit it would take to like break this thing open? Like if I was just trying to force it open. Just
Yeah,
raw,
roll an
just raw
investigation
hit.
check. Roll an investigation
And
check for me.
while he does that, could I see if there's maybe any keys that are on the goblins near us or something?
Yeah, roll a perception check for that. You do see these two goblins are chittering with each other. The one over here on the left is actually like kind of like he looks to be like looking at you guys while you guys are chittering and talking. He's
I'm just gonna make faces at him.
he seems to just be amused basically by all the faces and everything. And he's like kind of pointing to each of you as he chitters to like his friend. And then like they're like shaking and nodding, like a mixture of all of this as they're pointing to like each of you guys in turn.
I can't make out anything that these guys are trying to say to each other.
Me neither.
The one here on the left. Oh, I'm sorry, I just noticed your checks that you rolled. So Greg, you rolled a 14 on investigation. Um, so as you're investigating kind of the locks and everything on this mechanism here, it's like really rusted over. Like a key would be really good, but you think that like a really strong like punch could probably open it up. And only Dusty's getting this information because you're investigating it. But you think that like if you hit it hard enough, you probably could pop it open. Um, like with enough force because it's really rusted, but also like you you could probably just as easily like use the key. Well, if you had a key. Um, Douse, as for you with your perception, you also got a 14. You actually notice like a pair of keys on this goblin that's been pointing at you guys. Um, and they're kind of like dangling like off like a ring hooked to his belt, basically. Um, yeah. So that's what you see. You notice those like that set of keys. Um, and that's the information that you gain. As you guys are looking and investigating on this, this goblin, he points at Amaris and he's like talking still. I'm really bad at making goblin noises. So he's just now we've got a horde of goblins. Okay, I add 15 more goblins. Just kidding. Okay, he actually, he kind of like makes a call out. He's like, "Yeah." So weird. And you
And
see
it's
this,
two Amaris?
yeah, so there's two of them over there. Now, this one by the pot comes and moves over. And this one over here looks over, comes, and you see them kind of like crowding around the door. Okay.
I back up a bit, just like, what is going on?
And they're like
Can
chittering.
Ready in action.
Yeah, what are you wanting to ready?
Shocking grass
Okay.
on the metal of the cage. Because I'm thinking, metal conducts electricity, right?
Okay, yeah.
Is that feasible?
Like, are you wanting to do that right now, or like?
If they touch the door of the cage, then Merilla is getting ready to touch one of the bars of the cage and cast that.
Okay, well, you see the
Hoping
main
that
guy
it will.
pulling out the key, and like he's about to grab the door.
Then she's gonna do it.
Okay, so you see him go, and he puts the key in the door. Okay, he starts to unlock it, and then he reaches to grab it. You see all of these goblins have like their weapons raised, and they're like pointing at you guys like
What you doing anyway?
they're like miming out like they're gonna punch you if you move, kind of a thing. So they're like raising their weapons. But yeah, so
I'm just rudely mimicking them the entire time. Just
we sound like the Charlie Brown teachers, like. Okay, so Douse, while you're mimicking them, you're like. Anyways, now Merilla. Wait, Amaris, what?
Oh, I just remembered that Marilla's gonna be doing this, but
Oh yeah.
I've just got something that I want to do in case something else happens. So I'll wait.
Okay.
Hold another action. Okay.
Okay. So you cast. So what are you trying to hold an action, or are you just gonna wait until after she casts that and see what happens? Oh, okay. Well, so Merilla, so you cast Shocking Grasp on the cage, and it just electrifies as the goblin is holding onto it. And so how much damage does that do on or is it like a saving
1d8.
throw?
Lightning.
Is there a saving throw that's on there that they have to succeed?
It just says +5 because it's a
It's
touch
a melee
attack.
spell attack.
Oh, it's a melee spell attack. Okay, but it's conducting through the metal, so they're already grasping it. So they're taking 7 points of damage. Okay, where's my pencil? Okay.
How dare you keep the powerful sorceress Merilla!
Also, they can't take reactions now because they're stunned.
Oh, okay. Nice. Alrighty.
Thanks for remembering that for me.
Oh, I forgot. I don't have to keep track of it on here. I literally can keep track of it on Roll20 because this resource is so freaking amazing.
Roll20, your free getaway for Dungeons and Dragons.
And we're after this ad. We'll come back to it. It's interesting because I think I put their health in here wrong because I'm looking at the book. Oh wait, no, I didn't put it in wrong. I was looking at their armor classes, their hit points for a second. That would be way wrong. So yeah, so that's 7 points of lightning damage.
7. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So he grabs it, and he just starts going. And he's gripping onto it. You see his hand melting on the bars, basically. It's like this moment where it's you see, in cartoons where when they get shocked, you see all their bones for a second, that big flash. So yeah, basically, you just see that almost cartoonishly, as his little chin hairs just fry instantly. Chin whiz. And he just slumps against the door lifeless. You freaking murdered him. So
Did he make any noise when he died?
Oh yeah,
was he screaming?
He was screaming the freak out. Also, the woman who is leaning against the bars also cries out. And takes
I didn't say
7
we leave her
points
behind.
and screamed. She was leaning against the bars. She screams out in pain. And I didn't write her health in here, but pretty much she's going by a basic NPC.
Which has about 4 health.
Actually, that's true. They have about 4 health, so she she dies. She screams out in pain and just slumps in the corner. Actually, she slumps she falls onto Douse's feet, basically. Douse, are you standing or sitting?
I'm getting in the goblin's face currently, actually.
Okay. Well, basically,
because I was mimicking them.
That's right. So basically, she pretty much just collapses on your feet, basically. So now this dead woman's feet, or dead woman is on your feet.
So
The
we
I'll
just
probably
goblins.
I'll probably jump a little bit. And
Okay, I want everyone to roll initiative real quick here.
Also, Emily, just real quick, when I heard the scream,
Yes.
could I have just ripped off the tarp?
Yes, you could
Like,
totally
reach through
just
and rip
rip
it
off
off?
the tarp.
Okay.
You actually roll a strength check for me.
Oh, strength check.
Mhm.
4.
first nat 20 initiative of the game.
Hey, Megan! No, so they can't see the chat here. They can only see the map.
oh,
Yeah, because I've shortened it that way. So if you guys want to shout out your numbers for those watching.
21
alrighty.
with a nat 20.
Not 20. Okay.
My strength is an 8.
Okay, so
More strength than I do, and yet you roll.
Merilla got 17.
so you try to tug it off, but it just gets caught on the corners and it's still there basically.
Dusty got a 5.
Got a 5 for initiative.
Yep.
Ouch. Ouch.
Okay, we got a nat 20s on.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's Merilla. Merilla, Douse.
Merilla got 17.
Peach.
I'm a terrible person.
I'm going to start keeping track of how many innocents we've killed. So far, it's 1.
Oof.
Innocence
Technically,
number.
Merilla hasn't noticed. She just knows she's in pain.
I mean, she just like fell to the floor basically and crumpled on Douse's feet.
That's
So I
fine,
mean,
Merilla, right?
I guess, yeah, it's like behind you. So, um, oh my gosh.
She's still gonna feel bad.
After what she notices, I didn't know I was running a campaign for murder hobos. No.
Please.
I'm just kidding,
Promise
just
I'm
kidding.
not gonna kill you.
Level 2. Oh gosh, my face. Also, I get so red when I laugh, so if I turn bright as my shirt, that just happens. Okay. So up at the top of the order is Amaris. So pretty much everyone is like in shock, basically, as to like what just in shock as to what just happened.
Literally.
Literally in shock. That she just freaking killed their friend, and that the woman just died. But we do have a homebrew rule here, that when you roll a nat 20, you get an extra action on your first turn in the first round of combat. So, Megan, you get 2 actions, 1 bonus action, and a movement. So, what are you gonna do?
So first off, as an action, are the keys still in the door?
Oh yeah, they were in the door. He left them in, but he's slumped against the door. Like the dead goblin is like keeping the door shut, basically, because of his body just slumped against it.
Okay, so for my first turn, I am going to take the keys in hand and kick the dead goblin away so that he like falls away from the door and like get the keys out.
Well, so if you were trying to get the keys, you'd have to like slip your arm through like the bar and like pull them out of the lock, basically, because like it's like a barred door. So like you could slip it through, but then you'd have to like pull your hand out and like kick it. So I mean, if you want to do that for your action, like you can totally do that. So
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for my action.
Okay, so also roll athletics for me, for the kick, basically, to see if you can like kick this goblin out of the way, pretty much.
All right, athletics.
Yeah.
Athletics 4. Oh gosh.
So you rolled a 4. Is that a -1 on athletics? Ouch.
It is. I don't have very good strength.
Oh gosh. Well, basically you try to kick it. So you manage to grab the keys. You try to kick the door down, but he just like his hand is like burned to like the bar, basically the rusted bar, and he just is so slumped heavily against it that your kick just does nothing, and you guys are still in the cage. So yeah, so I'd say that was like all your first action.
So I was not trying to open the door. I was just trying to get the keys so that the goblins could not take them back.
Okay, well you have
the majority of what I was going for. I've got the keys, so that's
yeah,
plan successful in a way.
The door is unlocked though.
Cool. Now I'm keeping it from the goblins so they don't lock it again. Aha.
Okay, perfect.
They found a second pair of keys.
And then for my extra turn, thank you, Nat 20, I am going to use Vicious Mockery.
Ooh, Vicious Mockery. What are you going to say?
I'm going to use
who? Actually.
So I am turning to... I cannot click Vicious Mockery. I'm so sorry. Can I do it like... There we go. This is only the description, so... So I'm turning to whichever goblin is closest. I'm just going to be like, you buttholes better not come anywhere near us.
Okay. What do they have to roll? Is it?
For Vicious Mockery, it is... if the target can hear you, though it need not understand you, it must succeed a wisdom saving throw.
All right, that is a 3. I think he failed.
Oh yeah, that is definitely a fail.
Yeah.
All right, so that is
okay. So you just
1d4.
Yeah, how much damage? Roll for it.
All right, let's see. I'm rolling for it. Roll 1d4. That is 3 damage.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So you just kind of like shout that. So you quickly go and you snatch the keys, and you kind of like kick their fallen comrade, even though it doesn't do anything. It's kind of like salt to the wound kind of a thing. At least that's how they picture it. Like, yeah, he's dead, kind of a thing. And then you
the
shout.
Ultimate insult.
Yeah, like we're gonna kick you while you're down. Oh gosh. Okay, so and then you shout at him this insult that he can't even understand, yet it hurts his soul to the very core. And
It's not even that offensive.
Exactly. He kind of like grasps at his head. You actually see like a tiny little bit of blood come from his ear. And he kind of is like looking at you with this shocked face of like why'd you do that? Like, come on. Alrighty, so that was your turn. Now we go to Merilla.
So Merilla is going to put together at this point. Kind of like free action, look over her shoulder, recognize she's dead. She's like, "Oh, I'm a wicked person." And she's gonna spit on the goblins. Ooh. And I'm just like, there's nothing to say. She's going to cast Firebolt at this guy. I don't know if you can see that click.
You have to press and hold to have the thing.
Oh, there we go.
At that guy?
Yes, the one that's closest to her.
Okay, so you're gonna cast Firebolt at him?
Yes.
Okay. Is that a saving throw that he has to roll or attack roll?
It's an attack roll.
Okay, roll the hit.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit. Ooh, Merilla. Going straight to the murder. 4 points of damage.
Or damage. Yes.
Nice. Alrighty. Subtract 4. Alrighty. So you blast out this like firebolt, basically. And it's super easy to hit him. He's like right in front of you. And it just like goes right into his like chest, into his armor, and it kind of like catches flame a little bit, but he's like ah! And kind of like hitting himself, and he like manages to like put it out basically. But pretty much you have effectively hit him with the firebolts, and he looks a little worse for wear.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
That's the end of your turn? Alright, Douse.
Yes.
It's everyone in this cage was going first.
Yeah. Okay. If I tried to get out of the cage, would I be able to do that?
You could the only way to get out is through the like door, and right now the like dead goblin is like seared to it and like pinning it shut basically. And there are a bunch of goblins outside the door.
Okay, would it take an action to try and push through, or?
Yeah, you'd have to roll it like an athletics check to try and like get the door open, basically.
Gotcha. I guess I'll do that. I'll try and push the door and try and get out to the other side of them.
Okay, alright, roll athletics to try and push the door open.
Yep. Athletics. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Dang, nice. Okay, dirty 20. All right, so you go and how are you gonna kick open this door?
Oh, I'm just gonna barge right through it, shoulder check it.
Shoulder. All right, perfect. So you just shoulder check it, go right through. And you are now surrounded by these goblins.
Yes. So I'm gonna come out to where I am right there.
Mm-hmm. Doors wide open.
I believe with my monk, I can do an unarmed strike as a bonus action. Is that correct?
I'm not 100% sure on that actually. But if it says that in your thing, then I believe so. You can also do one. I think so. I think monks have the bonus action unarmed strike, but it like you don't have as much damage on it.
Yeah, no, it just does a D4.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So you can roll for that. Roll for your unarmed strike. Who are you hitting?
Who was the one that just got lit on fire?
This guy up here, right next to Merilla.
See if I can take him out.
Okay.
Unarmed strike. Oh, that was 24 to hit?
Dang, alright, it hits.
At least I think that's what it is.
Who am I kidding? These goblins are easy for you guys.
Level
5 damage.
Woohoo, go level 2. Alright, okay. Whew. Alright, so you just come over. So you burst through the door, right? And then you just come over with this unarmed strike. You strike him right where the flames burned into his chest, and he just goes and just like and collapse, just dies. Like you just feel, you can see it in his eyes the moment that his life just ends, and it fades. It's like, it's kind of sad. He looks a little like shocked, like, oh my gosh. And he just like kind of slumps, and you can pull your fist away and he falls to the ground face first.
Okay. Could I catch him and use his body as barricade, or kind of just bring his body in front of me, in between me and the other goblin?
I'd say that's like with your movement. And with that,
I've only moved 10 feet, and I still have at least 20 feet in that. Well,
okay.
15 because I walked through a person.
Okay, I would say roll athletics for me. See if you can do so.
Oh no!
That's a natural one. A natural,
that's a natural one. Oh no!
Okay, so You try to grab him, to like
I just wanted a little bit of cover.
to try and cover. You're trying to like pull him on you, but pretty much like he's heavier than you thought a goblin would be. Like, maybe it's probably his like armor, his weapons that was clutching in his hands that just dropped.
He's the fat one.
Yes, and and pretty much as you try and grab him to do this like suave like cover move, no, you just like go down with him. It's like that moment of like where you're like you've got the cool face, like I just did this cool thing. You're like have that cool face on you, and then you're just face plant in the dirt. So now
I
you
try
are
to like whip my hair as at the end, and that's what disorients me. And I just go down.
just whip it like Justin Bieber does in his movie, like hair whip as you collapse.
The silent gets in the way.
Exactly. So now you're face first in the dirt, and you are prone. So now we'll go on to the next. Now it's the goblin's turn in the order.
Hold on. So, okay, that's 30 feet of movement left or total. I had used all of that. I do have
so you were
unarmored
prone,
movement, which gives me 10 feet more.
well, so pretty much like you've been knocked prone, and it takes 15 feet
Yeah.
of movement to stand up.
Oh, it takes
So
50. Dang it, I wouldn't have
yeah, it takes
then.
15. It takes half your movement
like-
basically.
There is this unarmored movement that gives me 10 extra feet of movement, but not enough.
Yeah, not enough to get you back on your feet to recover from the fall. Nah, you're instead just face planted in the dirt. So
Alright,
now
I'll own that natural one.
own it. We're having an adventurous night already. Okay, so pretty much now it's the goblin's turn. So
And I'm
this
right in the middle.
you are right in the middle. So this goblin kind of moves up just a little bit, right behind you, and he's just shouting in Goblin. You don't understand a lick of what he's saying, but he comes down on you with his scimitar, which he's gonna roll to hit, which is he gets advantage also.
Yeah, he does.
So 19 to hit. So I'm pretty sure that
I'm
hit.
good. Yeah, armor class is 14.
So you're gonna get 5 points of slashing damage from this goblin here. As he takes his action to just wail on you, basically. And then this goblin also is not a fan that you just like burst through the cage, killed his buddy. Like it could have been his best friend. You don't even know. Jeez.
No, I don't. It's a goblin, inferior species. I don't care.
Oh, ouch. Don't let them hear you say that.
Rude.
16 to hit on this next one.
That hits.
Okay. You take another 5 points of damage.
Okay.
As he comes and hits you. So that was a total of 10 points of damage.
Yep.
This other goblin comes up and he's not a fan of his dinner escaping, and he comes up and he's also going to swat at you. You're just getting, you came out and you're
This is
just
what
like,
I get.
they all just come and they're like, no, stay down. Oh, dang.
Pound pile.
That is a 23 to hit. So that hits. And this next one is 6 points of damage. So he just comes down and he is not happy. Boom, right on you. You're at 2 hit points. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Douse. But also not.
That's why this is what I get. This is what I get.
Exactly. So they have 30 feet of movement. So this guy is going to be able to get all the way over here. I'm just going to move these guys real quick. This guy's going to stay up here because they've got ranged attack. Let me see if they're good on the range.
No.
Yeah, they're not a fan of dinner escaping. So pretty much, this
I'm
guy
more of a
comes running up.
beverage. I'm water. Yeah.
He's actually going to spend his action to dash as well to just get over there. So he's not going to hit you or anything, but he comes over, comes running over basically to join the fray. These three that are on the parapets are
Oh,
going
there's a guy
to.
down. I don't even see that guy down there. The bottom left. He's
Bottom
like
left?
cut out. The one that you're using right now to measure.
Oh, is he cut out? Let me look at
For
the
the
dynamic.
line of
Not on
sight.
mine.
Oh, yeah, because the tents, you can't see past like the tents and stuff.
Yeah.
He's hidden by the tent. So an
But
arrow
yes,
comes
like
flying.
just move 5. Yeah. Out of nowhere, arrow.
And since you're prone, there's advantage on the attack.
No.
No?
Disadvantage
Because
with
it's
ranged
this
attacks.
range.
Oh, because it's ranged attacks. Disadvantage. Okay, well, I'll just.
Because he's prone.
Okay, so I'll just go with the roll that I had, but take the lower one. So 17 to hit.
Lower.
Yeah, that was disadvantage.
Lower. Wait, hold on.
Do I have any cover with these other goblins around?
You probably have half cover, so I'll have the damage. But
Otherwise, I'm out.
it was 8 points of damage. He rolled max damage on that.
Ooh.
So
Bye.
4 points of damage.
First player dead.
Down. Bye.
First NPC
Okay, hold on.
dead. First player
That's-
dead.
That's not an insta kill though. That's just
No, it's not an insta
unconscious.
kill at all.
Yeah, he'd have to do 18 damage
Oh my
insta
goodness.
kill.
Yeah, no, it's not an insta kill at all.
But I'm out.
But yeah, so you're dead. You're bleeding out. You're not dead, basically. So
I'm
all gonna
unconscious.
Oh. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put like a little condition on you. We'll put the little skull face. You're bleeding out. Oh, I like that you rotated.
Because I'm prone.
Because you're prone. That's perfect. Okay, so all of these goblins have done their actions. This one has shot. These guys, they look to be like readying their bows, pointing at the door of the cage. And you actually see another goblin come running out. And he's gonna be chilling by the pot over here.
Just chilling?
He's gonna chill by the pot because he's like he has his weapons drawn. I mean, he's got lots of arrow guys pointing. But yeah, no. So basically,
Should have used all that movement to escape instead of thinking back at my time.
yeah. So then you see this guy. All right, I put a little red dot on him because he looks to be like the big boss man kind of a thing. Right? He comes up. He comes to actually he's gonna come over here. And he's gonna look at because he has the movement. So he comes over and he looks down at the dying Douse. The bleeding out Douse. And he's gonna he's kind of like says some chittering in Goblin to the people around them. And they kind of like chitter back basically. And pretty much this is taking up his whole turn. But he kind of looks at you guys in the cage and he kind of points at you guys, says some things in goblins, and then he's like, you better stay in your cage. Don't you go incinerating people because that's not really good. Yeah.
Eating people isn't good.
No, eating people is good. You yummy. You very yummy.
And she just kind of like picks up her roads. Apparently, they don't know what I am.
And he kind of like shouts at these guys in Goblin, and you see that these two right here, actually they go to grab Douse's like arms, pretty much. And that's the rest of the bad guy turn. So now it's Nuri's turn.
And then I get up.
Then you get up.
Well, seeing all of that happen, so did I get the tarp off before, or did I not?
You failed
we
to
don't even know what's
restrain. Well, you can hear everything.
Hear all the death.
Dusty can't see anything. You're looking through your familiar, aren't you?
I had returned back, so I
Okay.
could talk. So I'm not currently looking at my familiar's eyes. We'll take my action to try and pull it off again.
Okay, so roll for athletics.
But would it? I don't want to do it if it's gonna take my action.
I mean, if you want, you can use half your movement to do that. I'll allow that.
Okay, I'll use half my movement and try to pull it off.
Okay, roll athletics.
Oh man. Okay, athletics. Do. 9.
Not
You
too
Do
bad.
you do it? Nice.
you
One more
tug.
than the 8.
And it's not coming off. It's like caught on
Oh my
something.
goodness.
You just tug again, but you do manage to rip a bit of the fabric in your tug this time. And you can actually, it kind of like flaps open to about the amount that you could like have your face like stick through and see and kind of peer out. So you see
You know
like
what?
a whole, but that's about it.
How close is my familiar? Is it like within 60 feet of these people?
Yeah, your familiar's just kind of like flying above. It seems like the goblins haven't really paid any attention to it.
I'm gonna communicate to my owl then to do a flyby for one of the people that are grabbing our unconscious fellow prisoner
Mhm.
and do a touch spell through it of
Okay.
what's it called?
Animate dead.
Shocking grasp, and it's gonna
Oh.
just like hit the goblin and fly away because it can't provoke
hit
an
one of the
opportunity
goblins
attack.
grabbing him. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was targeting me. I'm like, just get me out of the session. Just gone.
I'm gonna just kill him now. Don't mind me.
Yeah, you're like end his misery.
End it.
Wait, so just to be clear, so Houdini's gonna fly down. This will trigger an opportunity attack.
But the
Only if
flyby,
it's
the owl
leaving.
doesn't provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an enemy's reach. Hence, Houdini.
Oh, okay.
Escape.
No, that's why he's Houdini. So pretty much you're just gonna like brush him and like fly away, and you're gonna cast through there.
Yeah, shocking grasp. And
Okay.
for this, it will use my spell attack for it.
Okay. Alrighty.
If
Does he have
you're
to?
Is the boy touching the bars?
I tried. It didn't work.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, I did it twice. Whoops. Okay, first one. Ignore the second one. My bad.
So a 5 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So Houdini tries to like fly by, but the big boss man kind of is like, he's like, and he kind of like swats at Houdini. So Houdini doesn't like land on the goblin that you're trying to or fly by. He ends up just like darting out of the way before he gets caught. That's about as much as what happens with that.
Well,
Alrighty. And that was your action?
yeah, technically he operates on a different turn as mine, but I will use it as my action. I'm going to just, as a bonus action, summon a quill and just twist it around. My magical quill.
Okay, you're just fiddling with your quill. The little
I'm
feather.
like, this is not going as I planned.
Okay, alright, Dusty, your turn. You're up.
So I hear lots of fighting. After she kind of tears open that little hole, I can't really see out of that. That's not big enough for me, right?
So yeah, you can only see like it's like about the size of like a face that you can see through.
Okay. So I can't really see anything anything around that area. Okay. That makes things interesting. So, my only thought, I hear fighting. Dusty, he's
And
not
dying.
and dying, yeah, and dying and all kinds of shenanigans. And he assumes there's people in a cage. We're in a cage. We're here because we were captured. The other people are probably also here because they're captured. So, yeah, let's see how this works out. Oh, there's so many things. There's so many things. So he's going to cast shapeshift. He's going to kind of he's going to say, "Okay, move over," and he kind of scooches
Nuri aside.
and the kid kind of like scooches them to the side of the
Oh, the kid's just like sitting down in the back of the cell, still scribbling in the dirt.
Yep.
Not paying any mind to this.
Okay.
Doesn't even care if he goes home.
So now the question is, would a medium creature be able to fit in this cage with those two?
A medium. Well, you are a medium creature.
Okay, so I'd be about the same size.
Yeah, basically.
What about a large creature?
Now, you'd probably be pushing them up against the sides of the cage.
Okay.
Because a large creature technically takes like 4 spaces. You guys are already crammed together.
Okay. So, in that case, I'm going to use my shapeshift to turn into a mule.
I don't know why I laughed at that.
It's a mule. It's kind of like a donkey, but more hee-haws. So he's going to transform
more
into
hee-haw.
Yeah. This is his that would be his action. Transform into a mule. I don't know if you've got the stat sheet.
Okay.
If you got a monster manual in front of you, it's on page 333.
That you become a mule?
Yup.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the back side of the cage that doesn't have like the door, and then I'm just gonna kick the door with my hind legs.
You're gonna kick, okay, like donkey kick it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to donkey kick that open.
All right, roll athletics or strength.
All right. Let's see. Yep, don't have any proficiencies in athletics, so we're just gonna make a strength check, which will be a 20 plus 2. So I'm gonna roll the 20 and then add 2 to whatever it rolls.
Okay, alrighty. You got this.
8.
They can't leave the. You don't want to leave, trust me.
No, it's gonna work. Trust me, this is gonna work.
Oh,
You
no,
guys
I
just
left
cannot.
already. Look what happens.
I kick at it with full force. And
Full force of the donkey, and
he wasn't high enough.
he doesn't haw enough. Okay, so pretty much you like. Okay, so you kick back and you seem to just like your foot just ends up like sliding through like one of the slats in the the bars basically. And it does not hit the lock like you were trying to aim for. You can pull your hoof out if you like angle it enough. You can pull your hoof back out, but you definitely totally missed the lock.
Nice.
Yeah. That's your turn?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Alrighty, so we will go back to the start. Amaris, it is your turn.
Oh boy. Let's see here. Okay. I have an idea, but I don't know if this is going to risk Douse's life. So I have a spell called Thunder Wave. And basically what it says for Thunder Wave is a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw. So my idea is I run up to basically be on top of Douse and then use Thunder Wave, trying to affect the goblins around him, but not himself.
So you're like running out to Thunderwave on top of him, basically?
That's what I'm thinking. Like that's the
Okay.
only plan I've got right now.
Okay, so you're gonna run out and do that? Okay, so pretty much you come over here. And as you come through the threshold of the door, these two goblins that were holding their actions get to do their actions real quick, before your movement finishes. Pretty much, so they're going to shoot you because they were going to shoot anyone that came through the door of the cage.
The risk I'm willing to take.
So the first one's gonna
I don't know
roll
this person, but I've got to save him.
15 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
And another 15, actually. So both are gonna
gosh.
hit. Both arrows come flying out. With a cumulative total of 10 points of damage.
Fetch.
As one arrow comes whistling through the air and just right into your chest, right in your shoulder, like right here. And the other one just immediately after comes right into the other shoulder. So now you've got like two arrows sticking out of either shoulder.
Ouch.
And you took 10 points of damage.
All right. Merilla, you got to do something on your turn.
Also, Greg, pretty
Okay.
much you go off of the HP off your wild shape. And then once that HP is gone, you actually you turn back into yourself. So
Is it going to be the 11, or do you want me to roll for it, which would be 2d8 plus 2?
I would just go with the base 11.
Sounds like fun.
Okay, so I am going to use Thunder Wave to get all these goblins, and they all need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. As you're like stepping on top of Douse, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm basically on top of Douse to keep the spell.
So what does Merilla need to pass?
Well, Merilla is behind her, so technically that doesn't hit her. But Thunder Wave is that a cone or like a line or?
It's a cube.
It's a cube. Okay, so if you were like on top of Dane here, Douse, if you were on top of him, like you wouldn't like actually draw on the map like your cube. Like, where is it hitting? Because you might be hitting yourself in this.
Well, it says a force sweeps out from you. So like it's basically exploding out from me.
Okay,
So if she stood on Dow, then it would then go like here.
Okay. So yeah, so it's not getting the 2 on either side of you, but it's getting the 3 in front, basically. Just because it doesn't go out to the side, it's the cube in front. So if you're wanting to protect Douse, it's missing those 2 guys.
Still, I'm getting the majority of them. They got to make Constitution saving throws. Roll the dice.
Roll the dice. We're gonna roll
the
for
dice.
the two little goblins first. A 5 and a 7. Do those save?
Let me check my
I'm
Constitution.
gonna say no.
No.
Okay, so they're gonna take the damage, and then the big boss man rolled a 4, so they all fail their Constitution saving throws.
All right. So on a failed roll, here's what it says. So on a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away from you. So they get pushed back 10 feet while taking... 14 damage.
Okay. So let me input this guy's health real quick. Because it's different.
I love how Greg and I are just in this cage watching everything happen, and we're like,
You're like,
Shut
yeah!
up. You guys are currently
to
covering
save
the
a
pot.
life
You
here.
can't.
Hey,
So
a
they-
mule appeared and kicked the door. I mean, that's exciting.
Okay, so they come flying backwards. Okay? And they shoot out from you. The goblin big boss man, he ends up like landing against the side of the pot. Like right kind of at the base of it there. The other two, they just like one of them, as you fly him back, like the force of it, he like lands against the edge of this table that like this rudimentary table, and you just see his back just snap like a twig, and he just like insta death basically. And then the other one, he came flying backwards. Okay, it looks like he hit his head on the ground, and now he's like lying collapsed, his face in the like fire underneath the cauldron. So he's definitely very dead. Yeah, so that was a thunderous wave. That it for your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Alrighty, Douse, make a death saving throw for me.
All right.
That's a one.
No.
This game doesn't want me to
Doesn't
play
that
Douse.
That's unfortunate.
You take
That's,
two.
It's two automatic
Extremely
failures.
unfortunate.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
Second
you take.
natural one of the game. Same guy, same Douse style.
It's not your night, Douse. You take two nat ones or two death fails. Sorry.
Two failures. Yeah.
So your next one could be your last.
We will see.
Extremely nervous laughter from everybody.
If this fails, I can always. I have a few backups.
Backup character. No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
A little
All
bit
right,
more
well,
Alrighty.
you
janky.
even survived 2 hours in the game.
You can't lose
Oh.
Douse. I worked really hard on that drawing.
I know. I very much appreciate him.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Alrighty. So that was really sad. On first session, level 2. Ouch. So basically now it is. Oh, now it's the bad guy's turn.
I should start rolling with my actual dice.
So the two on either side of
hold.
Amaris are going to attack you, and they have advantage.
Did we skip?
Oh,
Oh no! It's we
you
did skip
skip-
Merilla. Oh my goodness, Marilla, it's your turn.
oh my gosh, thank goodness.
It totally just
How
like
could you forget
bypassed.
the best old lady ever?
I know. I just Amaris
you,
and
young
Marilla
man.
look very similar.
Saying is
I
there are
mean-
two old ladies in that cage and the better one survived. So I don't know.
To be fair,
Ouch!
that'd be one heck of a starting story.
The poor old
Starts out-
lady
But
that
an arrow in real life. Anyway.
the poor old
NPC
lady that no one
dies.
even knows her name.
Yeah, we didn't even ask her.
Wrong. Well,
Your
Marilla
heart
was
is
thinking
creepy.
about other things. Okay. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Alrighty.
Which of the goblins looks worse? That's holding Douse or was.
Well, that's like next to them. The one right here looks worse
Okay.
on the left.
How does the boss goblin look? And also, how does
He looks pretty damaged and battered, but he's doing okay.
how steady does the cauldron behind him look?
It looks pretty actually sturdy. They don't want this thing knocking over, so it looks like it's been like kind of it's on like a very sturdy like metal frame. So like the cauldron itself and the metal frame, like keeping it in the ground, or, like keeping it above the fire, but like buried in the ground. It looks like, I mean, it's not like the finest metal crafting, but it's the only like metal things in this camp.
Is there a weight limit to how much Mage Hand can manipulate?
Yeah, I believe it's 15 pounds.
And the cauldron's over 15?
Yeah, it's a good
Okay.
heavy pot. It's cast iron. So it's got a lot of seasonings from all the cooking that's been done.
That's where the weight comes from, is the seasonings.
Exactly.
A little bit of salt and pepper, and that adds 5 pounds.
Little paprika here, a little ginger root.
Just for reference, the mage hand can manipulate up to 10 pounds.
Okay.
Oh, up to 10 pounds. Okay.
Don't hate me.
Are you killing Douse?
You better come. You better come save
You
us.
gonna
Sure, you
kill
don't
him?
have healing spells, right?
I don't
I do.
think any of us do. Someone does.
Nothing should
I
ever
will
start
in
with
a-
"Don't hate me."
I will in a couple levels if he lives. If not, I will make a paladin instead or something.
I'm the only one who has healing spells. Then I'm a mule.
I've got a healing spell.
Merilla is going to cast Minor Illusion, and from the top of the cliff, or however high the spell can go,
Mhm.
30 feet, I guess, she's going to cause a dragon's roar.
Okay. Wait,
Trying to
but minor
intimidate the
illusion
goblins.
isn't that only visual?
You can, if you create a
Sounds
sound, its volumes can range from a whisper
Mm.
to a scream. Your voice,
Oh, so
someone
you can
else's
only-
voice, a lion's roar. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you're gonna just make the dragon's roar up there?
Yes, trying to scare away the goblins.
Okay. Alrighty. So you make this massive dragon's roar. Is that gonna be the end of your turn, by the way?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So yeah, so pretty much it's just this massive dragon's roar, and the goblins do seem like frightened, like kind of looking around. But they won't really get to react until their turn, like fully.
Okay, they need to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, for the illusion?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, or they can automatically fail. I don't mind.
No, that's okay. We'll make an intelligence saving. Guys, the big boss rolled a nat 20.
No!
He knows. He knew.
Oh, no.
He knows. He's like, I've been around and sorry.
That's
I've
not a
been around
dragon.
enough.
That's a hydra.
Meat. Exactly.
That's
That's a hydra sound. I know what a hydra sounds like.
Gosh.
Intelligence or wisdom?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay. Does an 11 save?
No, it does not.
Okay.
I believe the DC
A
is
six-
13.
13? Okay.
It doesn't.
Because some of them are saving and some of them are not.
Yeah.
Okay, all but one saves.
By some of them, she meant what?
Oh wait, I forgot to roll for one of them. Oh yeah, he saved too. I rolled like 16, 19, 13, 19 again.
Kidding me?
I know. That was like the highest like that I've rolled this whole session.
Okay. Well, to finish her turn, Merilla is going to say very firmly, "Don't die on me." Casting Bardic Inspiration
Dude.
to everybody within 60 feet
Oh dang.
that can hear.
Okay, nice.
Which I
I thought you
don't
had to pick
think.
a person.
Yeah,
I don't
Douse
think
doesn't-
can hear.
Douse can't hear.
I'm sorry.
In his
Oh,
dreams, he
So does
So
even
you
the
guys
little boy
get
get
a
it?
1d6 to an ability check, a bad attack roll.
How many
saving throw.
people does that go up to?
Believe it's one.
It just says that can hear you.
Well, it's up to one other creature other than yourself that can hear you within 60
Oh,
feet.
a creature. Okay, you're right. You're right. She's gonna go for Amaris then.
Okay. Amaris, you feel inspired by her old gravelly voice saying, "Don't die." No,
I'm
we
trying
need.
not to.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness!
don't
I, on the
forget you
other
have a
hand,
one
am
d
very
six.
close.
Very
So
true.
wait,
Very true.
I roll 1d6 or you roll 1d6?
So it's on ability check, attack roll, or saving throw that you choose, and you can add it even after seeing the roll, but not before knowing the outcome.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it's the bardic inspiration that like you can also give out.
Okay.
Alrighty. So is that your turn, Merilla?
Yep.
Okay. Now we go back to the goblins.
Really
The
disappointed.
gerblins here.
Lucian didn't work.
They hear this dragon's roar above them, and most of them are kind of like chittering, and you hear the big boss man. He's like, "What? They're not dragons. They all left forever ago." And then he like just gets back up. He's like, and he like comes over
I forgot
and
about that.
yeah, that they all left.
So wait, hold on. What about the two that are by me?
Oh yeah, so this is the only one that didn't save. So he's like startled.
Oh, good.
Pretty much. So he's like kind of like scared. And the big boss man is gonna come and he's just gonna slap him across the face. Be like, get it together. I don't know how this voice is just changing, but even the other goblins don't even know common. It's just the big boss man knows common. And he starts shouting in goblin. So this guy is gonna hit you. Gonna try to hit you. Oh, with a 4 to hit, he misses.
That misses.
He tries. He's like kind of distracted by the noise. And he just kind of like, huh? And then he sees like his the big boss man just slap his other buddy, and he's like, what the? The other guy who was just slapped is gonna like strike at you. Because you did also just murder two of his friends, but he's gonna get disadvantage because he was startled and slapped, and and he also rolled a 4, so he did not hit you. Yeah, you're getting real lucky here.
Oh my god.
This guy is gonna shoot at you though.
However, your luck has run out, unfortunately.
With a
Oh
12
no,
to
no, no,
hit.
no. Here's what's going on.
Oh,
All
that
her
just
bad
barely
luck she's
hits.
supposed to have
Okay.
goes to me.
Ooh, he rolled the least amount of damage, so that's 3 points of damage.
I'm still at 0.
Oh, so you're at 0. So you're unconscious. You're not bleeding out. You just get knocked unconscious, basically. So another arrow comes flying, and it strikes right next to the one of them in your shoulder.
We just have a dog pile right here of like
That
3
causes an
different
automatic
people.
death fail. Well, no, she's knocked out. So never
No,
mind,
she's
never
knocked
mind.
unconscious. So pretty much from all the loss of blood, you just kind of faint and like you just kind of collapse. Like the 2 swings on either side of you where they just completely missed, and then just an arrow coming and shooting you, you just and just faint and fall on the ground.
Dog pile.
You fall on the ground where you're like basically just like draped over Douse. And just the arrows just like sticking up out of you.
Who's on top of another goblin who's on top.
Who's on top of the goblin?
This is pile of bodies.
It's just a pile of bodies. Your head kind of like lolls to the side, and see Nuri, from where you're peering out through the like cloth, you can see her face. And you can recognize, as you will. So you do see her face. It's still the bad guy's turn. Um, this guy is gonna hold his action pretty much. This guy's also gonna hold his action. This guy, so you see this guy kind of like peek around the corner of the cauldron, and he's like chittering and like looking at the big boss man. Like he looks kind of like scared, and the big boss man just goes, it starts like chittering back at him, and and it seems like they're having like a little bit of an argument because the one goblin's like pointing at the dead bodies of his fallen comrades, and he's like, "Get me out!" And the big boss man's like, and he's like,
I'm assuming the conversation's going along these lines like, finish them up, look what they did to our people. He's like, no, the food.
basically, and the big boss man, and with this pile of bodies, oh my gosh, I literally, because like, since you knocked open the door, like the door is now stuck open instead of like being stuck closed because of like since you barged through. Uh, so the big boss man is gonna come over and he's gonna point at you, Merilla, as the only living person left in the cage. And he's gonna say, "You stay where you are. You stay. No,
And
Hey
he
now.
leaves.
no magic,
Now.
no magic, no more killing."
Can I? And then she kind of throws her hands to the bars.
She what?
She kind of like stick a hand through the bars. It's like, can I do this?
He's, no, yes. Pray. And then just and that is his turn because he just took his turn to talk, basically. Nuri, it's your turn. They've been ignoring the fact that you guys are like pounding on this cage with the tarp still on it. Just all these noises.
Seeing her face, I'm gonna just scream her name, and I'm gonna use my quill. I'm gonna just draw a quick rune in the air. There's gonna be like little streaks of like white magic left behind, and I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the leader.
Toll the dead. Okay, what does that do?
So he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I'll drop it in.
That is a 4, so he fails.
Ha! And he is injured, correct?
Yes, he is injured.
You got
So
hit by
it actually
a
does
thunderwave.
1d12. So I'm gonna roll 1d12. Oh, I have so many dice. Which means okay, I'm gonna use this. 9 points of damage.
9 points of
Necrotic
damage.
Let's go.
Okay, so pretty much the sound of a Dolores bell fills the air around it for a moment. The target must succeed on the wisdom saving throw. Okay. All right. So you cast Toll the Dead, with 9 points of damage, right? And you guys can hear like a faint ringing of a bell, basically, but for him, he just kind of like, he kind of looks furiously around, as it almost seems like it's clamoring. You see blood trickling from his ears. You see his face sort of hollows, kind of like his skin growing like more tight and pallid around his like muscles, as it almost seems like he's being drained of life as blood just cascades down his ears. And he like looks and like points at Merilla because that's the only one. And he's no magic, and just collapses on the ground dead.
I knew I was a powerful sorceress.
I didn't even mean to kill him, and he died.
Kill a goblin with one look.
Merilla surely is a powerful sorceress.
Put your hands
For
back in the
sure.
bars. Wow, that's a lot of damage. That's crazy.
I don't even remember casting that spell. And she like sings to herself.
Wow, I'm so powerful. All right, Nuri, is that all?
Yeah, that's all I can do. I'm just
Okay.
like kind of like grabbing the bars. I'm like shaking it.
Alrighty, Dusty, your turn.
Okay. I don't see any of this happening. I only hear more death. And so therefore,
Well,
let's
technically, you
see.
do hear Nuri scream as well.
Oh yeah, I do hear her scream.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that
Scream,
actually
Amaris!
I actually recognize her name as well.
Amaris.
But yeah, I recognize both of those names. That's interesting. So knowing that someone out of this area is in trouble, let's see. Can I use some movement to try and kick the door down?
I would say you could probably use half your movement.
Okay. Well, I'll
And-
try using half my movement to kick it down again.
So athletics check.
Athletics, that is D20 plus 2. I think I can write R D20 plus 2. I think that works.
Yeah, slash roll. That's what, yeah, what you do. Slash R, and then you do a
D20
space.
plus 2.
D20 plus 2.
Okay, well, we'll try it. Rolling dice. 7. Woo!
You try to kick it again. You're like, maybe I'll try a frontal kick this time, and you do, and your like hooves just go straight through the bars, and your donkey face just smacks against it.
Nice.
And that was half your movement.
Okay. So, where do I even want to go from there? Maybe I can. There's not really much I can do in my donkey form except for kick things, unfortunately. I guess I could try attacking the door out of frustration. Would I be able to do that?
I mean, you can, as your action, try and like kick it again and hit the door.
I mean, I'll go for it. If you let me,
Alrighty.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it.
For your action, okay, yeah,
Attack
roll
it!
attack the door with your. You can roll
Roll the
your
hit.
athletics.
Okay. Another athletics.
Another athletics. You got this.
Sure. Roll 1d20 plus 2. 9. Kick it again.
So you hit it and you
Working.
smacked your face against the bars, right? And now you just get so mad. You try and like hit it again. You're just really bad at like gauging the bars here, and you smack your face against it again. I'm gonna say you take 1 point of damage because you just have been brutalizing yourself against these bars.
Wow.
And they're rusty too, so you're just getting all this rust all.
Nice. All right, we'll put that in.
Ouch.
Ow.
That
Not
is
great.
not that yeah, that is not great.
Not what you're looking for. Also, I guess I know she is down. That doesn't work out. Anyway, I'll end my turn.
Okay. Alrighty, it is Amaris. You are unconscious, so we're gonna pass over to Merilla.
Nope. Does she roll?
Do I need,
No,
or is it because
you've been knocked unconscious, you don't need to make any death saving throws.
Whew, okay.
Yeah. So like you're totally fine. You're just unconscious until someone like either heals you or like can use like a medicine kit on you or a healer's kit, sorry. To bring you up to 1 hit. Like a healer's kit would bring you up to 1 hit point. Whereas if someone like Douse, who's going through like saving throws, a healer's kit would bring them to unconsciousness.
When does Douse roll? Isn't it again? Is he second?
my
He
turn.
rolls after Merilla.
Oh, okay.
So the goblins are staring at me, right? Because Merilla just slayed the boss.
Yeah. They're like looking at you and they
Merilla
seem
slayed the boss.
upset.
Do they seem intimidated?
Make a perception check.
They all dive into the cage. Just
Perception.
a giant pile of corpses by the time they
21.
get out.
Oh,
Dang, nice. Okay. So there's just a pile of bodies basically. And these goblins and like their boss just died. So they seemed like really more shocked in the moment right now. Like not so much as like I don't like they haven't registered like fear or like courage or anything yet because they're just sitting there in shock over like what the flip just happened. Like they don't know what's going on.
How close is the stack of bodies that Douse and Amaris are part of?
Well,
We're
they're
about 5
Like, is it
feet
arm's
away.
length from the cage?
they're basically I think technically they're like 5 feet away from you.
We're like
If-
in the doorway, aren't we?
Yeah, you're like I guess you're like in like right in front of the doorway, so you could probably reach out and get them. And like touch like Douse on the arm. Like he's got like one arm flopping out. It's actually it's
Yeah.
do you wear long sleeves or short sleeves?
They're like cut off at the shoulder.
Okay, so they're like cut up. So it's just like this bare water genasi arm. He's got like this fancy like little bracelet with like a little sapphire on it. But like it's just like plopped in the doorway basically.
The finger will twitch every so often.
Exactly like this. little twitch.
Okay.
Finish it.
She's going to speak very big. She's not going to use magic to enhance it, but she's going to speak loudly.
Okay.
She's going to lift her arms. You doubted the presence of dragons. And then she's going to take a step toward the doorway. But behold. Oh, and my prowess.
Wait, so
But
you're going into the doorway?
Well, she's not stepping out.
Okay.
She's going to extend her foot out, though, and
Okay.
try to touch Douse's hand.
Okay. But you're like saying this whole
Yes.
say your spiel.
Behold the power in my foot. She's gonna touch, her foot to his
And
hand.
what are you gonna cast through it or
She's going to cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, good.
nice.
Oh. I was waiting for the shocking.
She's probably gonna get shot, but whatever.
Resuscitate with the defibrillator.
Also to your foot has magic power. Also to your like mind's eye, Amaris, you can see like slight like breathing with that 21 perception. So like you can tell that she is still okay.
I'm up.
Douse, on the other hand.
Well, you're technically still down, but these guys were holding their action though for whoever came up to the doorway. So they are going to fire an arrow.
Okay. Order of operations. What happens here? Does the
So
arrows go first, or does the cure wounds?
I'm gonna say the cure wounds hits, so you're
Okay.
healed. But then they're firing off their arrows with a 14 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, this next one is another 14 to hit.
Yep.
And then the last guy is a 30-20 to hit. So all three hit.
Shoot
I'm
down.
ready to die.
Little toss. Oh,
Does
ouch.
her speech have any effect, or is it just flavor?
You'll see. I'll do the effect on the
Okay.
two goblins here. The other
I'm
ones
sure
were
being
kind of
shot
far
3
away.
times would definitely not work.
They also can't understand common either.
Yeah.
Dang it, that's true.
See, they're just like,
Luna's much smarter than I.
Okay, so you're gonna get a cumulative total of 19 points of
That's
damage.
unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Comes in,
Pulling her
touches
arms up,
Douse.
she just falls back.
3 arrows just flying, almost exactly like Amaris. Just collapse.
This is great.
TPK first
Fantastic.
first session, guys.
Very precision. Level
TPK.
2. Yeah. I mean, you guys are just running out in time. Just getting shot, anyways. Okay. So that was their turn. Douse, you come back to breathing, and you actually wake up with just enough time to see Merilla take 3 shots. Like, you are, like, looking straight up, and you see Merilla take 3 shots to the chest and just collapse back in the cave.
Can't stay in there.
Okay.
Arms still up.
You're still lying on the ground, so...
I'm not going to stand up. I'm going to stay where I am, lying down.
Okay, I'm gonna take off that.
Yeah. So I want to feign like I am still a little unconscious.
Okay.
And I'm going to use shape water.
What water are you shaping?
The water in the pot of soup.
Ooh, okay. The
And I'm
boiling
going to-
water.
Yes, I'm going to use it in an instant formation to shove all the water to the one side and make it spill over this guy.
Oh, okay, nice. So you do that.
So
Um,
basically making it look like what her foot did was cause the pot to fall over.
oh, okay.
Even more powerful with it.
Yes. She comes
So
back white.
Merilla the White. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm gonna say from that, it's boiling water that comes cascading on him. So I would say roll 2d4
Okay,
of like
I'm
burning.
using my actual D4 dice
Okay.
because I'm trusting these more than I am trusting. Okay, that is a 1 on the first and then a 2 on the second.
So 3 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's 3 points of damage as it just boils and he just goes and like jumps out of the way basically. So yeah, is that all you're gonna do on your turn?
Yes, for now, because I'm gonna feign death as.
Okay, make a deception
level.
check.
Okay.
And actually get
Oh.
no, yeah, that would be straight up, yeah. Oh no, what
Please
was-
tell me. No, I probably have a 0 with deception.
What'd you roll?
They know I'm awake. This is a 3.
A 3. So you're trying to make it look like her foot did this, right?
Yes.
But you kind of like are trying to like make sure that you're like that you can see the water you're shaping. So you kind of like peek up and you're like peeking and you're like, ugh, and you like kind of
Kinda
flick
like
your
that,
feet.
That like rubber neck or whatever is like
You're like, yeah, exactly.
very clearly looking at something and you're not trying not to.
Exactly. This would be so much easier of a fight if Dusty and Nuri could just get out of the cave.
Can I just get out? Even seeing
Guys,
them,
you gotta help us.
even seeing them would make this easier.
Because it's still covered. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, because Amaris has the keys. And she's like,
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Before I die of laughter. Okay. So pretty much it's oh yeah, now it's the bad guy's turn.
Oh, gosh.
So I'm sorry, this
Do
is
they
just
have to roll
ridiculous.
perception?
So it goes against their passive perception, basically.
Oh dang it.
And you rolled a 3? Yeah, because
Yeah.
their passive perception is pretty low, but like that's way low. So yeah, they can tell you're awake. And one of them's like, and like he seems scared as he just hits down
No, dang it.
with a dirty 20 to hit.
No.
He rolls
And up.
The damage. This is where we
Stand
see
down.
what happens with the damage.
You have 4 health.
4 points of damage. So you
I'm
fall
out.
unconscious. You're not bleeding out, but you're
Nice.
unconscious.
Not bad.
Also, you had Amaris on top of you too, so like
There's no way.
there's no
Let's
way.
Oh yeah. With Amaris, with that me being under this pile, do I have any advantage on this?
Oh my god.
You mean them
Should've
hit her
asked.
instead of you?
No,
If
so
they
Douse-
do,
No,
she
I
takes
meant
Douse
on my
and then
s-
Amaris.
I meant on my stealth.
not really.
Dang it.
Yeah, and I mean we've already played the outcome through.
Yeah.
So, pretty much everyone over here is either unconscious or bleeding out.
Throw in the cage.
To be fair,
Oh my
like
goodness.
1 round ago, I was bleeding out, so this is an improvement.
Is it?
This is an improvement.
You're just unconscious. Okay, so there's 3 goblins that are just like basically shooting you guys. And then this one goblin over here, he kind of scurries away from the water and he starts shouting in goblin. And these
I
these
hit
two
to roll a death
goblins
save.
these two goblins actually come running over to this guy over here. All right. Because they are just scared and they're like pointing at all their dead friends and they point at the guys with the arrows and they're like and and their friends are like they've got arrows drawn. They're like pointing at your lifeless bodies over there. They're like, actually, high or low, Amaris, high or low?
Low.
Whoa, please.
It was
Let's shoot it.
high. One of them is so terrified he fires another shot at you at the pile of bodies.
No.
But he
Okay.
only rolled a 10 to hit. He only rolled a 10 to hit. Does that hit?
That misses. That
That
misses.
misses. Okay, so he like is so startled that he like fires another arrow over there, and it just like goes like right in between. It goes right in between Douse's legs, like right at the like. There's just an arrow sticking out right there.
I would have yelled if I was awake.
And then pretty much all the goblins are like shouting at each other. And this one goblin goes running over to this little like crate over here and like starts grabbing a bunch of like bundles of like items in his arms and he books it back to his buddies. These guys come running down off the top here. Well, actually this one he's still vibing up here. This guy comes down pretty much. They're like clustering basically. It looks like they are like getting their stuff together and they are gonna get out kind of a thing because they are not a fan of these creatures that have killed so many of them with magic. So they all come running together. This one goblin is still staying up. He's like got his bow readied. Because he just and it's aiming at you guys on the cages in the cages. And I mean you guys
This
over in the other
entire area of unconscious people he's aiming at.
basically.
You can't really see what's going on in the other cage. He just hears banging in
Exactly.
it. The target's still on.
So I'm gonna say that they like gather some stuff and they manage to make it like right about in this area. That's kind of like about as far as they can get on their turn. Whereas this guy kind of like comes over here. And then adding right. Nuri, you got a what did you roll on your initiative at the beginning? Was it a 7 or something?
It was an 8.
It was an 8. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So pretty much they kind of are like grabbing their stuff together, getting ready to get out. So Nuri, it is now your turn. Oh, I
just
almost forgot. I'm sorry. One of them, it brought along this little donkey who's just been like chilling in the corner over there, and he's like
My
holding
cousin.
it on like a little leash, like pulling the donkey, and the donkey's like, "Wah."
I just want to say I hit roll a death save just for the fun of it on here, and it rolled a 4. So thank goodness I'm not rolling death saves anymore.
Yeah,
You
that's a
aren't.
good thing.
I was like, I'm just curious, what would I have
That's right.
done if I rolled
Marilla's
a death
dying.
save?
So
This is
what
great
I'm
fun.
gonna do again is I'm gonna just draw another symbol and cast Toll the Dead again on this guy that's over here. Well, this one with the donkey.
You're gonna roll Toll the Dead on him.
Yeah, so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Wisdom saving throw. Man, I don't have a token for that. Does a 15 save?
Yes. I don't know why it says a DC 10, but it's a DC 13, so
Okay.
15 saves. Oh, let me see what it said about that. I don't think he takes any damage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he takes no damage.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, I'm just gonna communicate to my owl to get within range of them to do an air attack when it can.
Okay. All right, you do so. All right, Dusty, before your turn, there is an NPC turn that has been added to the initiative.
The little kid.
Well,
David?
so David, what's going on? David's just kind of vibing there, chilling. He's like not even really concerned. He's just kind of like still playing in the dirt, just like every single time that you smack your face as a donkey against the bars, he just kind of like laughs. He's not a very
He's
nice
like
kid.
your he's like your kid on the phone or whatnot in the corner, just not really minding. Doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly. He's like not really caring. So what you guys see, or I guess Nuri, you can see this as you're peeking through because everyone else is unconscious or dead, or dying. Sorry, not dead. You see this. Hold on, I'll zoom out a little bit. Okay, so this goblin up here on the parapet, he seems like he's like watching you guys with his arrow, or not you specifically, but the dead bodies and everything, unconscious people, as everyone's trying to mobilize. And you just, as you're like watching out this and like kind of surveying the scene, you just hear this as an arrow bolt is poking through his throat. And he collapses and he falls off the tower, dead. And he falls and he crumples to the ground literally right in front of his buddies. And they start like screaming, basically. They're like, and they, like, the one guy leaves the donkey, and the other guys like drop all their gear that they were carrying and they book it. They book it out the door, pretty much. Oh no, I'm not trying to grab the donkey. I'm just trying to grab the goblins, the gerblins. Come here. The gerblins. So they book it past their dead buddy and they like start running off into the woods. And you just hear lots of screams from then on. And then silence.
So then it's my turn.
Yeah, now it's your turn, Dusty.
Hit the door!
Most of us are not able.
Plus 2! 19!
Yeah! Yes, 19!
You managed to get your footing, and you're like, I'm a donkey. I can roundhouse kick this
Mule, I'm a
freaking
mule.
door. You're a mule. You're a mule. You can roundhouse back kick this freaking door, okay? So you kick it right on the lock, and the door just busts open. It rips open the cloth. Like the cloth that it's covering just rips open, basically.
Nice.
Yeah, and you are now free to leave the
It's
cave.
open. I'm a free little mule. I'm gonna run out.
Enjoying
You
your
see
meal,
the pile
friends.
of
No, I'm
dead
kidding.
So that
bodies.
takes about. I see a pile of dead bodies. I see lots of goblins. I see like a couple people. So my passive perception is 15. Would I be able to tell who's like bleeding out and who's unconscious? It's a pretty big pile.
A
So
passive perception. They look like they're dying to you. Like they're
passive-
unconscious. You would have to go up and do a medicine check to see if they're like
What about
dying.
a passive medicine check of 15? Does that give me anything?
Passive.
No, just like just looking it over, you're like they're unconscious. You would have to check them.
Okay.
Passive medicine. He's
I
constantly
mean,
just
you can
wrapping
see that
wounds.
Amaris has 3 arrows sticking out of her, and Merilla also has 3 arrows sticking out of her. Douse just looks very like slashed up. Some of his wounds looked healed over.
I'm on the bottom of the pile.
He is on the bottom
He's
of the
a
pile.
squash blue boy.
So like take from it what you will, but 2 of them have 3 arrows sticking out of them.
Okay. So Dusty is going to I'm gonna fudge the rules a little bit here. But in a good way, I'm going to use my action to form back into my normal form instead of using my bonus action. Could I do that? Because I need my bonus action for something else.
I mean, technically, it would be you would still have to use the bonus action. But I mean, to be honest, we are coming out of initiative after your turn.
Okay.
So
it might be best to do this then. I'll use my bonus action to shapeshift back into my human form, and then we're going to cast Goodberry. And so I'm going to produce 10 berries. Oh, I do not have my equipment. I can't cast that. That requires materials.
yes.
Instead, we are going to...
Unless you have an arcane focus, you can cast spells with an arcane focus, but if you don't have an arcane focus, you need the materials for the spell.
Yeah, my equipment is gone, though. I have no idea where it is. So, unfortunately, I can't cast Goodberry, but I can cast Cure Wounds. And so, high or low, Sarah?
Hi?
Higher. Okay, high. Hello. So we're gonna roll high or low right here. Oh, okay, that's a high. So he sees this older lady and also someone he knows, and so he takes precedent over the older lady because the person he knows is probably fine. So he's going to cast Cure Wounds on the older lady.
Cure Wounds, it doesn't work on people who are dead, right?
It does not. Sorry, not the older lady. I'm talking about Merilla.
Oh, you're casting it on Merilla.
Yes, I'm casting on Merilla. So I'm gonna try casting that. Let's see. Let's do this.
But no, it would not work as a revival.
Yeah, because it would have to be like a revival or a resurrection or something.
So it's going to be 1d8 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is +3. So we're going to do 1d8 here and then add 3, whatever that is. So 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 points of healing.
11 points of damage? Okay.
Healing.
I am not
finishes the job.
Stay down.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, so how are you doing it again?
I'm reaching my hand down and I'm like touching your shoulder.
So since he does that, I wake up.
Yeah,
Or am I just stabilized?
so
With a lot of
with
hit points.
your druidic magic that you've got, like you touch her shoulder and this like magical energy comes from you. You feel, Merilla, like a warmth in all of the like puncture areas from the arrows. Um and they kind of like start to heal over. It seems like the worst of it has healed. Not obviously not completely 100%. You also would want to take out the arrows for it to like completely heal correctly.
I leave him in there. It's a battle scar.
Battle scar. Um, but pretty much like this warm glow or like this warmth like comes and it's almost like mossy substance is what like binds the wounds together and then like crusts over, um, falls away, and then the skin is new again. Pretty dope.
Woo!
So Merilla
Okay.
is awake or not?
Yes, you're
Sorry.
awake now. You're awake.
Hello.
You okay?
Are the arrows out?
No.
They're just light wounds.
Is the moss kind of still there, or
It's more like broken away and fallen apart, but you could probably see like a little bit of like the dust from it still there.
she kind of like wipes?
She's a proper lady.
I will soon be.
Okay, good. Let's attend to these ones then.
While
Okay.
while that was happening, could I just like run out of the cage and go straight to Amaris?
Yeah, yeah. You're out
I
of
go straight to
initiative now.
Amaris. I like pull her off of. I don't know who it is. And I'm just like her in my lap and trying to like stop whatever bleeding I can of whatever there is.
Well, it's 3 arrows sticking in her.
I'm not gonna pull them out because they could be keeping the blood in. So I'm just like
Okay. I can cast
Freaking
Good Day
out.
now. If I'm out. If we're out of initiative, I can.
Yeah, we're out of
Oh,
initiative.
I can't. I still need my arcane focus. I have to look for my stuff.
Yes. you
Oh,
do.
actually, all I know is she's stabbed with arrows. I'm going to use another Cure Wounds.
Okay.
I do not know. The logical option would be the Good Berry, but it's okay. She's the only one who looks majorly injured. So,
That's
Cure
true.
Wounds again. D8 plus 3.
What about the arrows?
5. I heal you for 5 points.
you left them in.
The arrows are in,
Shield
you're healed
over
for
it
5.
and just stuck.
The arrows are still sticking out, but they seem to like not be as deep of wounds anymore. Like the arrows are kind of pushed out like a little bit, kind of like with Merilla, they were like kind of brought up a little bit more to the front, as the wounds were like healing deeper inside, coming out with the same like kind of mossy magic.
Okay, so when the cure wounds like takes effect, Amaris just gasps a bit, just like almost like a breath of air kind of thing. As her eyes flicker open, and she's just like, Nuri?
Oh my goodness, thank goodness you're alive. I'm gonna like this is gonna hurt, and I'm just gonna rip the arrows out.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
There's 3 of them.
And Amaris just like screams in pain from the arrows being taken out.
And then right afterwards, I'm gonna just grab her and like hold her to my chest. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Go ahead and make a medicine check on Douse.
Okay,
Just
roll
passively
medicine.
as they're doing this.
Okay,
Oh,
so
stop.
you stabilize, so you can kind of like stabilize him, and Douse, with a 23, I'll say you come back with 1 hit point.
I'm alive.
I'm alive.
Oh,
See
it's
you,
you.
Douse. Yeah.
I still.
Hey. Sorry. You go. You go first.
I'm just still curious, but
Just find
What's going on?
You're up now.
All right. That hurt. It wasn't you, was it?
No.
Okay.
You're all up though. You're all okay now. Is there anyone I missed?
There was a lady
dead
in our
woman.
cage.
I don't suppose you might. She's right beside the other woman that she killed. She's just kind of like, she has a very sad expression.
Should I make a medicine check?
Suppose you might.
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Okay, I'll make a medicine check for her too. Yeah.
She's pretty sure she's dead.
9.
I mean,
There's
she
still
looks.
some life left. CPR.
I mean, she looks dead to you.
AED,
Like
another one.
unmoving, no breath, lifeless eyes. It's kind of easy to fried like back. Like there's burn marks on her back, and
She's
yeah.
beyond anything I can do.
Are the woman's eyes open? Or are they shut?
They were fried open. She died.
I hope she wasn't a mother. And she's gonna try to gently close her eyes.
You try and they kind of like flick back open.
Well, then she doesn't just push it.
and then you just hear, that's gross.
David.
David, he's leaning on the outside of the cage, just kind of looking. He's like, well, I'm gonna go home
Sad
now.
is what it is, young boy.
Can I poke him with a stick?
Amaris sees the boy and is just like, who are you?
I'm David.
He's mean, Amaris. He's mean.
Me.
Not mean. I don't even need you. And he starts walking away. He starts like literally just leaving.
Dude, where are your parents?
He kind of like shrugs off. Are you like, you're like grabbing him or?
No, I'm still over by Nuri.
Oh,
I'm just like,
okay,
where
yeah,
are your
no.
parents?
He just ignores you and keeps walking.
Douse is gonna go over and see if there's any soup left.
You knocked out the majority of the soup. There's like some onions and like radishes like cut up and like spilled on the ground. But there's like nothing left in the bowl basically. You knocked it all out. It's all sopping wet. It's muddy ground. You hear a faint, oh
Start
hey. Before you can kind of hear like, you can't make out the conversation, but you can hear like a little bit of conversation happening outside behind the walls.
Does it sound like Goblin?
No, it doesn't.
They all died. Yes.
And then oh, sorry?
No, it's just like we can hear that the kid's walking away, but Nuri does not care at all because Amaris is here, and so it's just like we can hear that conversation. But she was just gonna like grab Amaris' face and like turn it to her and be like,
What?
Wait, hold on, Sierra. You are when you get really loud, I think you're like going in and out, like you're quiet. We can't hear you.
"Hey, really high pitched." She's freaking out. She's like, "Amaris, what are you thinking? You're being so stupid. Don't go to the mist."
The mist? I'm not going to the mist. Where'd you hear I was going to the mist?
Merilla pointedly
said.
looks at both of you.
I'm sorry, Sierra. What were you saying?
That's what your family said.
Wait. Specifically, who in my family?
Your siblings? Your parents went after you. You're so stupid. We all thought you were going to be dead.
So, hold on. My siblings told you I was going to the mist.
Yes, they told everyone. You aren't going to the mist?
No, I'm not going to the mist.
Oh, thank goodness. So I'm going to just grab you in another hug.
I'm gonna look for our stuff.
Start searching. Roll an investigation. Okay, as you do so, you see this you see coming charging in. Where did the token go? I don't have a specific token for this specific person. I will have to get a new specific token for them. But we're just gonna toss this out for now. This one that looks like a tiefling, he's actually a dragonborn. Okay, so you guys see a red dragonborn and a human fighter. Pretty much. They come charging in. He's like wielding an axe and he's covered in like all this plate armor. And she's like charging in with this big great sword. There's also another woman behind them, another red dragonborn, but this one's a girl, and she's like holding up a mace, pretty much. And they're all charging in. And then they see that like everything's dead, and it's just you guys, and they're like, oh. And
I
then
handled it.
You're late.
and the one human fighter kind of like lowers her sword, and she's like, "There's no one to hit here. Come on!" I mean, and then the red dragonborn guy is like, "You've got to hit a lot. You got to let. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak. You've got to hit a lot of them out there. Okay, you're fine. Come on, Meg." And and so he comes forward and he's like, are you citizens all right? We accepted this quest to come get the goblins, so it seems like you've got a lot of them. So thank you for being proactive citizens, but we're gonna make sure you're okay. And he kind of looks over at the other red dragonborn. He's like, Naira, and she's like, of course. And she comes up and she's like, are you injured?
I'm fine.
I mean,
I'm going to just point to the people covered in blood.
Okay.
Yes.
Not
She's-
anymore. I'm a powerful sorceress.
Wonderful.
And yet you two took 3 arrows.
We don't mention that.
Is cure wounds, is that a D8, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
D8 plus spellcasting mod.
Plus their spellcasting. So whoever was the most injured looking, would that be Douse or Amaris?
Douse, how many are you at right now?
About 1 hit point.
Oh yeah, so she comes
It's
over
Douse.
to you, and she touches your shoulder, and she's like, "I'm just gonna heal you.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Fine.
I'm just gonna heal you up, okay?" And she heals you for 10 hit points.
Thank you, I guess.
You don't have to be so rude.
I was handling it. I was fine.
Yeah, load of that. And you see that you actually. I need the. I don't have specific like tokens for these guys. So I'm just pulling out some like background tokens and stuff. So you see. This is just art I pulled off the internet. So what you see is you actually see come running, not running in, but kind of like walking in. You see a short little gnome, male gnome, and he's carrying a flute. And then you see this other one it looks to be a tall furbolg woman who's kind of wearing more like darkish garb. She's got a pair of like dual daggers on her hips. And you see the gnome starts going around. He starts going over to the goblins and he's like, "Don't mind me, citizens." And he goes over and he starts chopping off ears.
Are those valuable?
Oh, this just is the proof that we killed the goblins. We get a certain amount of money for each goblin.
No, you did not. I did.
Ma'am, you may, citizen, yes.
I am not a citizen.
Citizen, you, no. We accepted this quest. We are part of Adam's Edge, the notable Adventurers Guild. And he kind of looks at you, Merilla, and he's like, winks at you, and he's like, "You do well in your
gross.
prime." And he just kind of like quirks a smile and continues slicing up the ears.
What'd you say their name was? It was Evan's Edge or something?
They're with the Adventurers Guild, Avon's Edge. So it's
Avon's
AVON, Avon's Edge, basically. So yeah, so they're with the Avon's Edge Adventuring Group, which you guys would know, the Adventurers Guild there. It's the only Adventurers Guild. It is also like the finest, like the finest. It's the only Adventuring Guild in the entire like world, basically, at this point. But pretty much they have like a whole like renown system, a whole system of giving out quests and stuff. So once they find like people in distress or like calls of aid, you have to like you claim like quest basically. And you can earn money and earn money for it and stuff. It's pretty much how like adventurers get paid in this world. So yeah. So they're just chopping off ears. This one, so the Furbolg is kind of looting around as well. So Dusty, you had an 8 on your investigation.
Yes, an 8.
Yeah, so you don't manage to find your gear at all. Like you just kind of don't even know where to start. There's so many crates around here, and like tents that you can go into. And the other girl is going to she can't find anything either. She rolled a nat 1 on her investigation for loot.
Oh, nice.
And she's
Guys, check out this bag of dirt that I found.
she's like, "Man, there's nothing here." It's like they looted themselves. Actually, there is a whole bunch of stuff lying on the ground though because they dropped it all. I forgot about that. Yeah, and she totally missed it. She was not paying attention.
That one.
So yeah, so pretty much this group is here. The red dragonborn girl, as you now know her as Anira, as the other dragonborn had said, she goes around and she heals Jade, or not Jade, sorry, she heals Amaris. Man, I pulled back to an old character. She heals Amaris for 9 hit points.
What was her name again?
Anira.
Kobe.
Yeah, so she heals you with a Cure Wounds touch. Blessings be upon you. No, that wasn't even her voice. Oh my gosh. Bless.
Sounds like a
Blessings
Scottish
be
Irish.
upon you. And she touches you.
Thank you.
I'm a cleric, by the way. Their voices are so weird. I don't even know what accent I'm doing for them.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Well,
So is Anira the closest one to Merilla?
A Naira? I guess technically yes.
Is she
You
the
there.
right-
They called you a Naira, right? So, on your way here, did you see any goblins? Perhaps carrying a sack with them? And a donkey?
Wait, are
She
you
really wants
asking
to step back.
are you asking Amaris or a
Naira.
Naira?
A Naira.
Oh, a Naira's over. She healed Amaris, so yeah, so she's over here now. Okay. So you asked her about the donkey and the donkey's left. He's just chilling there, munching
Oh,
on
take
on some
it.
grass. And all the stuff they had dropped and fell to the ground.
Oh, when they ran?
Yeah, when they ran
When the one
out.
goblin fell?
Yeah, when the one goblin fell and died, they dropped all their stuff and they booked it. They were like, "We're out.
Okay.
We are out of here." But Anira, she's like, well, yes, there were a bunch of goblins that came out. They weren't carrying anything and they didn't have a mule. I mean, I think it's just right behind us over there. And she just kind of points and it's like, just chewing. But yes, we did kill all the goblins and harvested their ears, and they're dead over there. Nasty
Good.
things goblins are.
Okay, I think I missed something. Why the ears?
Yeah, so the ears are meant to are a way to denote that we killed the goblins, and for every pair of ears, we're getting a certain amount of money. So that's what's going to pay for our full adventure here.
Why take
Oh, do you-
ours, though?
What?
Why take
Yeah, I was
the ears of the ones you didn't kill? Isn't that dishonest,
Well,
young one?
they were a part of this settlement. You know,
Part of the
we do need
settlement, not part of what you killed.
we do need the money.
And
it is
so
our
do
job.
others.
Yes, but you didn't accept the job, so you won't get paid what we're getting
Correct.
paid.
But you didn't kill them. They're paying you for what you killed, correct?
Well, they're paying for us to finish the job, and then we get extra from what we've killed.
From what you killed, correct.
she
Amaris-
seems a
Amaris
little
is kind of-
flabbergasted.
Amaris is just kind of behind Anira, just sitting there, just kind of like, oh my gosh.
Well, but
Yeah,
the
I'd
gnome,
be like, sorry.
oh no, the gnome has already collected all the ears at this point. But what were you saying, Nuri?
I was just gonna chime in and be like, the old lady has a point. You actually didn't kill any of these ones. Whether or not we get the money is not the matter of the fact. It's that you're saying you killed them when you actually didn't. It's definitely dishonest. Definitely dishonest.
Yeah, you're basically stealing our job.
I mean,
Even though we won't get paid, I'm still saying it.
when it wasn't your job. You guys were captured by the goblins.
Okay. No,
Um,
I'm not saying it was our job, like we were sent out to do it. No, we weren't sent out to do it. I'm saying we're the ones who did the job. We're the ones who killed the goblins.
Doesn't mean we
So
get
you should
paid.
get
And
paid
she's
for
really
the
gonna
work we
insert
did.
herself back.
The furbolg kind of comes up and she's like, "Hey, just drop it. We need the money, and everyone here needs money, but we need the money. So it's our job.
So do
We
we.
accepted it. We're taking the ears. We're going to get money for it. So that's
Yes,
kind of the point.
obviously.
Dishonest.
It's your choice.
Okay, but
or
what
your
if
conscience.
what if you guys give us a portion for what we did?
No.
Persuasion?
No, we took the job. It's our job. We get the money for it. You guys aren't even a part of Avon's Edge.
Well,
Douse
at
is
least
gonna
How
let
do
me
you
know
know
what your
that?
group is called, so I know never to hire you.
Well, if you should know. And
Yes,
actually
please.
the gnome jumps up on the table and he goes, We are. And he brandishes his arms out and he goes, The fearsome threesome.
Can I push him over as I go
Wait,
look
what was
for my
that?
stuff?
Say it one more time. I missed it.
The fearsome. It plays on his flute. Threesome.
The threesome?
There's definitely more than 3 of you.
Threesome. I understand now.
Douse is gonna go look through all the stuff now over by the mule that was dropped.
Isn't that also a dishonest name?
And the red dragonborn actually pipes up. Also, Douse, when you go over there, the barbarian woman, human barbarian, comes over and she's also looking through the stuff. So roll an investigation check. The red dragonborn comes up and he goes, "Yes, our name is a little confusing because we're all 5 of us, but we created the group. It was me and my sister Amaris, along as with Meg over there," and he kind of points at the human barbarian.
Sorry, what's your sister's name?
Amaris. Oh wait, Inira.
I got
Gosh.
a 10. I got a 10. I'd accidentally clicked on the roll 20, and that's
you
why
got a
it says
10?
19 there. But I got a 10.
Okay, a 10. So you can find all of your gear in there.
That's all I
Literally.
cared for.
Yeah, so you found your gear and you actually ended up realizing that all of the stuff that was dropped was like your guys' gear and stuff. So,
Just between you and me, Dragonborn, I think this might be the other people's as well. I don't know about you, but they seem a little picky on this stuff. They might get upset if you take it.
you know, I am a proud proponent of you keep what's yours. So if this is theirs, it's theirs.
All right, just letting you know.
And then she like pulls up her
There's
great
already
sword.
some
hear this?
She pulls up her great sword and like leans it on her shoulder. She points at it. She's like, "This is mine."
I pull out my quarterstaff. That's mine.
She's like, she nods at you. Then there's like this little vibe moment. She's impressed. But the red dragonborn, he's like, "So it was me, it was me, Anira, and Meg over there. We started the group. We actually registered at Avon's Edge as the Fearsome Threesome as our group. Well, over time, we added 2 new members, and we are still registered as the Fearsome Threesome."
So
Because
there's a fear of paperwork. That's valid. I understand.
Yeah, we really don't want to go through the paperwork. It costs money. It's tiresome.
Money that you're apparently going to get.
I mean, but the paperwork.
Yes, 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 I understand that.
I mean, if you want a flyer, I can give you a flyer for Avon's Age. I've got her on hand.
Sure, why not? And she just handles the hand.
Okay, so he gives you a flyer. I'm going to show this to you guys. I don't know if it pops up for you guys. It is in.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So this is the flyer. So the picture explains the renown system and the way that you get like points and go up in levels within the guild. And the flyer itself, if someone wants to read the flyer, or I guess Merilla, since you got the flyer.
Well, it's certainly a
Hunting.
great but valid claim to say that you're the greatest adventurers guild because you're the only adventurers guild. It makes sense.
Very true.
Have the thirst for adventure. Want to spill some monster guts. Save a town in duress. Well, we are the right guild for you. I would like to insert the only guild for you. Continuing on, though, visit your local guild warden for more information on how to join them today, sorry. So local guild warden for only Adventurers Guild in Collinbur.
Is there only one guild warden too? She knows that's not. She's not in a good mood.
Yeah. No, there's a guild warden in every single city. Kind of a branch
Alright.
of them. Yeah. And they're in charge of the guild in that city, in that surrounding area, basically.
It appears to be different tiers. 1 to 5. All the way from robberies to saving the world.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna give him a super sneer look. She's not gonna say anything, but she's gonna like infer with the look like, I know you haven't done that.
Oh, he kind of just like kind of laughs it off, the Red Dragonborn. And he's like, well, I mean, there's not really many people who get the chance to save the world, so that's why it's
are
like a
correct.
tier 5. like a tier 5 quest, or tier 6 or whatever.
Makes sense. She's gonna fold the flyer.
Mhm.
Well, thank you very much.
Of course. Now you guys can keep that. So
It's very polite of you. I do
yeah.
appreciate.
yes, we do like to spread around Adventurers Guild, and I mean you are very effective at killing, as you can see here. Did get
She
pretty.
takes the compliment.
Mhm. She's like, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So
I'm
well,
gonna
I
turn
mean,
to Merilla. Oh, sorry.
oh yeah, no, you do that.
No, my apologies.
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
well.
go.
I'm gonna just turn to Merilla after that whole thing happened and just be like, I like you. What's your name?
Oh, to Merilla?
Yeah.
Does he walk away?
No, he's just kind of chilling there. He probably he turns to a Naira and starts chatting with her, basically.
So in answering your question,
I am Merilla, a powerful sorceress, but usually found in taverns playing my lute, which I have no idea where that has gone.
But
At this
I
point,
like you very much.
Douse is
Merilla.
over there, like looking at a loot. Like,
Thank you. This is nice to be liked. Usually people do, but then others don't. But we don't mind them. Just forget them.
Well, I'm Nuri. I'd love to pick your brain on what kind of magic you know at some point.
and she kind of looks to the side.
Yes, with maybe some time when we have the opportunity, we could definitely talk magic.
Wonderful. I'm gonna go find my book. I'm gonna just walk away.
Alrighty.
Merilla's gonna go look for her stuff. Okay, sorry, other people.
Yeah, Amaris is gonna go look for her stuff too.
Yeah, the Meg, the barbarian lady, she's like, "Oi! Your stuff might be here. Come get it." She like just points at all the crap that's just like lying on the floor or on the dirty ground.
All right. Amaris is going to go over and like dig through stuff, like finds a bag and is like, "Yep, this one's mine." Closes it and like slings it over her back, and then like picks up an elegant looking rapier and sheaths it into her belt.
I will say, Douse, he's not necessarily using or stealing anyone's stuff, but he's definitely curious about what's in there. So he probably has that loot, is like kind of like strumming with it, trying to figure it out, like how to use it and stuff like that. He's just like, oh, this is an interesting little device. With
what's your passive perception?
Mine?
Yeah.
12.
12? Okay. Well, you just like you don't notice until so pretty much you're like kind of strumming on this lute, and then all of a sudden like right next to you, kind of like sidled up to you, is the little gnome, and he's like, "Oh, do you play?" Just like startles you, like he's just there.
You're creepy. No.
Amaris is still standing there.
Steer it away a little.
Amaris is still over there, and she looks at Douse just like, You don't strike me as the bard type.
Oh, I'm not. I
right.
like finding new things and trying things out. That's all.
Oh my goodness. I love this. The the little gnome undetermined, he's like, well, that's all right. Not everyone loves the wiles of Gippy the Great.
I'm sorry, who?
Yippee.
This is Gippy the Great. I am the greatest gnome bard there ever was. And he kind of runs his hands through his hair.
I'm sorry, did you say gnome or known?
Gnome. My race. I'm a gnome.
Okay.
Yes. But I am amazing. And he has like some, it's either like thaumaturgy or prestidigitation, and like some sparks come like sparkling down basically.
So Amaris just like looks up at the sparks and nods, and all that's going through her head is just like, he's a show off too.
Yep. And then so the main guy, the Red Dragonborn, he kind of like motions to his buddies, and they all like kind of like gather back up together pretty much. It seems like he's like the leader of their group. And he's like, well, oh sorry. Well, if you would like, we can escort you back to the nearest settlement for safety, or you can just go on your way, whichever. We're fine.
Could you give us a sec? And I'm gonna go over to Nuri and just like quietly, quietly talk to her. Just be like, maybe if we have them escort us, we can find a way to like slip a note in their bag of goblin ears that we're the ones who did the job.
Good point. We could do that. Sure, I'm down.
Yeah, why not? So the Amaris is going to turn back to the guild and it's just like, we would love to be escorted. Thank you.
Dusty, are you doing
Suppose it
something over
would be
here?
nice.
Has Merilla got her stuff
I'm just
back?
grabbing my stuff.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
have gotten your stuff back at this point. And nothing else. They're like, okay. So, so the main Red Dragonborn, he kind of like comes up and he's like, well, sorry. Well, we'd be more than happy to escort you to the nearest city. I'm Dash. This is my sister Anira, who you've gotten her name. Meg over there, and she's the one with the great sword. And she goes, and it's like, you've met Gippy, and Gippy's like, shower of sparks again, as he's, very, very fantastic with it. Then he points at the furbolg and he goes, this is Shade. And she just kind of waves. And he's like, all right, well, let's be on our way.
What was his name again?
Dash.
Dash. Oh. What a
So, yeah.
leader name.
Dashnar Nish Commandero, if you need his full name.
Nah.
Wow.
Merilla wouldn't get
I
it.
think I'm going to remember all that.
Okay,
So like,
yes?
if we're gonna start following them, I'm gonna drift back to the other two people I haven't talked to, which is Dusty for one. I'm gonna go up and like hug Dusty.
Dusty's
Oh, wait,
like all the
wait,
way
wait,
in the
before we
back,
leave.
actually.
We must take care of this poor woman.
Oh, I forgot she
We
died.
must at least bury her properly. The goblins might come back and eat her, and then what use would this all have been? Oh wait, they killed them.
What the
And they
heck?
took those ears.
Should we tell them that was your doing?
No, we won't. It wasn't intentional. Blue boy.
Wait, so what are you doing?
Merilla was trying to attract attention to the woman that she accidentally killed. You're like, oh, shouldn't we bury her? Something like that.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's a good idea. Does anyone have a shovel?
We can go back to that now. Um, they're like, oh, I mean, maybe there's like a sword or a shovel or something. They
This
No.
one's got a
Okay.
little bit of a scoop to it. I'll hold up the loot.
Is that Merilla's loot?
Yes,
No! Why do you have that, blue boy?
it was among
She's
the
gonna
stuff.
try to like grab it.
Oh my
Is
goodness.
it yours?
Yes, we were
It could work as a
trying to
shovel,
get
and I'll
knocked
hand
out.
it back.
Don't you have any memory?
A little. I was hit on the head earlier, though.
True. Give it back! Give it back!
I already given it back.
Oh, you did? Okay, never sorry.
It was
She's
one of
always
those. I
stated.
held it like, "Oh, is this yours? Okay, here you go."
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So
But it could work as a scoop.
No, it cannot.
Okay.
So it looks like there's just like a big stick, like a big thick stick or whatever, that the furball goes and starts like digging a hole, kind of like getting it. And she was like, and then she starts to dig it and she stops and she just passes the stick to Merilla and she's like, actually, you wanted to do this, so there. And
You're correct. I was about to join you. She takes the stick and she goes to dig.
oh
I'll
my
help Merilla
goodness.
as well.
Yeah. And
I'll find
Anira
something.
Anira and Dash also come and help. Whereas the rest of the crew actually start dragging the goblin bodies over by the big pot, and kind of dumping them into the big pot.
I don't think a goblin soup is going to be very yummy, but that's my personal opinion. So do what you want.
Yeah, no,
he's
no,
like, we're
there's
not
no way
going
I'm
to be
eating that.
making soup out of them. Oh, how horrendous would that be? No. We're also trying to be environmentally friendly, and we're just gonna burn them.
In a
Over her
pot.
shoulder, Merilla goes, "That's smart."
I mean, it'd be better to have them burned rather than leaving the bodies rotting about. Someone could get sick or something. So they like collect all of them and they start dumping them in the pot. While you guys are able to finish burying the old lady, that's when they finish getting all of the goblins, all this Liz.
I'm going to look to Douse and be like, you look really familiar. Have we met before?
Possibly. I don't come to the surface often.
Oh, the surface. You're one of the people from the water.
Yes.
You gave me a scroll in exchange for free time. You remember?
Yes. It's been a while. How have you been?
Been better. It's really nice to see you, though. What are you doing this foreign land? You don't leave.
I mean, it's time for me to go and visit some other places. I'm just traveling right now.
Oh, that's fair.
Yes. What about
What are
you?
you doing here? Oh, I'm traveling as well, looking for knowledge, as always.
Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you. Dusty, what are you doing here? This is further out where you normally are.
Well,
Not what we thought.
he kind of looks over towards like the other group of people, and he's like, I could tell you later, but short version, I was going through the forest and ended up here. I don't
if it
know
makes you
exactly
feel
how I got here.
if it makes you feel any better, they're kind of off talking in their own party. So they're not listening to you guys.
Okay, so it's very clear they're not listening. Okay.
As we're all like just digging a grave.
In
They
that
Oh.
left us to do it.
Actually, no, I'm sorry.
There is Dash,
Dash
and
and Amar.
Amira, right?
Yeah,
Amar?
Dash and Anira were helping dig the grave. So the
Yeah.
rest of them are just
That's nice.
chatting,
Yeah, no,
watching.
Yeah.
They're watching the goblins burn.
he'd kind of look over towards them and he'd be like, yeah, the short version is I ended up in a cage.
Okay. Have you been eating enough?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
You look a little on the scrawny side. I'm just
Kinda like-
worried. I want to
kinda
like
like-
make you. You need a sandwich.
He like
I
lifts
just
up his
worried
arm.
about you, Dusty.
Like,
That's all.
No, really, I'm all right. Don't worry about me. I'm okay.
I'm gonna
Appreciate
just
it.
Would this
So-
count as a short rest?
Yeah, you could get a short rest from this.
Okay, I will use one of my hit dice.
And they set the goblin bodies on fire, so now they're just burning in the pot there.
Oh, great. Now the air smells like goblins.
Yeah, it does smell like burning flesh.
Wait a minute.
Ugh.
What are you doing here, my sweet cousin? What are you doing here?
I'm sorry, me?
Yes, you are my cousin. What are you doing here?
Well, kind of along the same lines of Dusty. It's a pretty long story and not one I am very comfortable talking about right now.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Merilla, what are you? You're just so lovable and amazing. What are you doing alone out here?
Merla's busy digging the grave.
Yeah, I'm digging with you.
Oh, you are? Okay,
Yeah, I've
sorry.
been there the whole time.
She's
talking.
everywhere.
Okay, sorry. So you asked Merilla why she was there?
Mhm.
Well, you see, I came up to the north of Collinburg where it tends to be warmer to retire of a sort. That's definitely not what I had in mind. Digging a grave. Might as well be for me.
Oh, don't say that. You look so young still.
Thank you. Wish that were true.
Just gonna keep digging.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you guys finally managed
What about
to
you?
dig it.
Yeah.
What'd you
okay.
say, Merilla?
Marilla's just asking, what about you? But if it's time to put in the body, then that's where her attention is going to go.
Oh, okay. Well, as we're dragging the body over, I'll just tell you.
Okay. We can put it together.
Well, I'm searching for knowledge. Just trying to like learn as many spells as I can.
It's very admirable.
Personally. Yeah, yeah. Kind of interested in necromancy a little bit, but not too much. Don't worry, I'm not crazy.
Oh, good. Necromancy is nasty. Nasty, nasty.
It can be, but it does have the benefit of bringing people back, which is, I'm just really interested in that aspect.
Bring people back, eh?
I think I might know someone you can test it on.
To the grave.
Not pretty very good. I like rolling the body over, like, pretty very good image of myself in right now, but yeah, okay. I seem weird now.
And she's in the grave now. We're going to start pushing the dirt back over. She's going to regard the two red butt dragonborn that helped us.
Thank you. For the one dishonest practice, I don't think you have bad hearts.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, correct, ma'am.
The girl said.
Is that what you are?
Well, it's too scared to say old woman or like. She's
She could be
like,
very scared. Shouldn't say that.
my brother and I, we try to do our best in helping others, and I know we've got a bit of a ragtag group with us, but they have good hearts. Deep down. For some of them, deep down. But
I'm glad that you're able to see it. Not everyone can see deep down.
and deeper.
I can. That's where I live. In the water, deep down.
No, blue boy.
Oh my gosh.
So do you all know each other? It sounds like you do. You're catching up like old friends.
Oh, I just met this woman.
Ish.
I point to Morelli.
We're barely
Give or take.
acquaintances. I did save his life, though. I think that spell did work, didn't it? I guess you were dead.
I don't quite know what you're talking about. I'm just.
It's fine.
I
it's
got up
fine.
myself.
You're alive. That's all we need to know. It's because
Well, even though you are just acquaintances, I will say it does seem like you guys do make a pretty good group. You could be a good adventuring party together. But, that's just little me.
Do you get a signing bonus or something if you refer a friend? Is that what's happening here?
no gold
sure.
involved in this.
No. I just am saying that you guys all seem to work well together.
Well, maybe.
Mhm.
So that's it. That was my one piece. Brother, they know about the signing bonus. Just kidding. So she just so you guys finish burying the body, and Dash is like, well, I say we get out of this stink hole. What do you say?
Agreed.
I agree.
All right.
Yeah.
Off we go.
Off we go.
Got the Monty Python coconuts.
Exactly.
As we leave the gravesite of the woman, Merilla is going to actually hang back just for a little bit until people are like maybe 7 feet away. She's gonna look down. She's gonna be like, I am truly sorry. She's gonna follow everybody else.
Wow, character development.
Marina, you're number one in our hearts. Beautiful. So you guys, oh yeah?
I was gonna say this is gonna be hilarious. If that turns out to be a theme that she's just clumsy
No!
enough that keeps killing off NPCs.
Accidental to murder of this woman with her 4 hit points. Okay. Alrighty. So you, yes.
So as we're following this group back to town, I'm just going to like hang back a little bit with Nuri and just be like, so I can probably cause a little bit of a distraction if you want to write the note and slip it in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
Dusty's at the very back of the line. Like, he's behind everyone. So,
Then you're seeing this happen.
just like,
I just like pull out my quill, have a piece of paper, and I'm like, what color do you want it? Red, black.
Let's do black to make it more official.
Oh, right. I'll do it in black and very formal looking.
Roll a
And like my
sleight of hand check.
Well, I'm going up to distract them. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go up.
Distract them from
mainly to the just like put their attention somewhere else. So I'm gonna go up to the gnome and just be like, you seem to be a very famous bard. Could you share some of your tips with me?
What have you done?
Does Merilla hear this?
Sure. Really hears this. He's like, oh, well, I wouldn't say I'm quite famous. I tried to coin the term Gippy the Great, because, I am great.
Oh, of course,
but,
of course.
Of course. It's good to meet someone who I do have a fan. As
I
for
got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay, it looks like a really well written note. Pretty official. What are you writing on it?
To who it may concern, the fearsome threesome did not actually kill all the goblins. They only killed about 5. The rest were killed by the dear citizens who were held captive. The fearsome threesome barely showed up on time. Just want to keep them honest. And signed, concerned citizens.
Okay. All right, you write that note. Okay. And Gippy goes on, struttling on about like all these different ways to become famous and popular and they're all very incredibly like not very good ways. He's like perform
One
in
thing
every
I've heard
moment.
is to sneak in front of or sneak into some celebrity's house.
Exactly. Actually, wait, that reminds me of something. Um, he actually mentions my name. If I can remember where it is. Oh, heavens, let's see. I'm so bad at remembering. What's his name? Ah, okay, there we go. So he does mention, he's like, well, you do have to perform to celebrities and get their opinions on how to improve, constructive criticism. Um, there, and he kind of like dusts off his shoulder and he's like, I performed in front of the Rolton Everqueer. It was the proudest moment of my life. And,
Oh,
got to
interesting.
say,
That's amazing.
he
Who is
smiled.
that?
He smiled at my performance. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is amazing.
Rolton Everqueer. You do not know Rolton Everqueer. He is only the greatest bard in the entire country. Well, not even country, in the entire
Oh, yes,
world.
of course.
So
Rolton.
then Merilla does know, but she's pretending she doesn't.
Okay, yeah. Rolton
While he's
Everqueer.
giving this speech, can I just like take my note up and kind of like seem like I'm interested in the conversation too? To whoever who has the ears, just like slip it in with the ears.
That is Gippy. He has the ears.
Oh, perfect! I'm like, wow, that's so fascinating.
So roll a stealth check. Or I guess it would be
Okay.
sleight of hand. Roll
I
another
have
sleight of
advantage?
hand. Advantage, because he's
He,
Because Megan's helping me.
yeah, get
Technically.
advantage. Get
yeah,
advantage.
I am distracting him.
And he's just going off about Rolton Everclear and how amazing and how beautiful he sounded in the Battle of blah blah Yorkshire or whatever. You know, he's like saying all these random
19.
things. 19, okay. Alright, so you do. Let me see his. Ooh, that was a really close call. So you just like were like one above his perception. So pretty much he like kind of looks over at you for a moment, but then Amaris, you kind of like lean over and you're like, oh, tell me more about Rolton. And he's like, and he kind of like disregards Nuri and he turns back to you and he's like, oh, he's only the greatest. Um
Once the
and
deed is done, I slip back to Dusty.
okay, so you slip the note in and you back away. No one is the wiser.
Wizard.
Douse, I will say that Meg, the human barbarian, like kind of like falls back in the line, kind of walking next to you, and she's like, so how'd you kill him? The goblins.
Oh, you don't even know. See,
Secret.
one of them, I busted through the gate, like crazy,
Yeah.
and one punch in the gut, he's out.
One punch. You could be like One Punch Man. Like killing them. Killing those goblins with goblins. with
Yeah.
the one punch. Yeah, yeah.
And I don't remember much of what happened after that. It was
Respect
crazy.
blind rage. I'm always down for a blind rage.
She just rages out, just all of a sudden everyone's dead.
No, she just gets excited. She's like, yes, raging.
Ain't that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She has like such a deep voice for a woman. But she's got like very thick, like battle worn hair. You actually see like blood like on her clothes, that looks like it's been dried there for a long time. Um, but she's very proud of those. She carries herself very like with pride in her steps. So
Okay.
she's like, "What's your name?"
Douse.
Douse. I'm Meg.
She's the one that came over with the stuff and everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I respect a man that can kill someone in one punch.
Not many people can.
Yeah. I killed a goblin in one strike with my great sword. Pretty
Nice.
legit. Yeah.
You make a formidable opponent or ally.
Yeah. Yeah. You too. And then she just kind of like she's like, yeah. And then she like walks up again.
This is the like awkwardness between the two, and they're just both like,
Yeah, that was that.
yep.
You know, Dusty, those two seem to be getting along very well. I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Have you been getting close to anyone recently?
Ooh, relationship talk.
No, not really.
Well, that is a shame.
I don't
You're
really.
an absolute darling.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't really talk to many people. Try to keep my distance if I can.
That's fair. Understandable.
Yeah, of course.
Just wanted to be known that, you make a very great boyfriend for a very lucky lady sometimes. Not me, not me. But
No.
still, I know someone I could set you up with, maybe.
Oh, I appreciate the offer. I'm all right for now.
Amaris continues a conversation with Gnome, like she's not listening in on this.
Oh my god. And Rolton Everqueer, he did this and this.
Merilla is just looking bored, but slightly cooperative.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So, oh yeah, Dusty.
I was gonna say, Dusty, he kind of looks ahead and he kind of slows it down his pace a little bit, and he kind of looks towards Nuri, and he kind of like nods his head a little bit for her to kind of back up with him.
I do so.
He says, "So about that reason for why I'm here." He kind of keeps his voice down a little bit.
I'm waiting for you to be like, so about that girl.
About that girl in front of all the other people. No.
Yeah.
Like, about that reason, I actually was coming and looking for some extra hands and needed a little bit of help with something. And
what do you need help with?
Well, it has to do with my home. It recently has been receiving all kinds of invaders, and it hasn't been a great place. Many of the desert dwellers had to leave. So I had kind of sought help. You were the first person who came to mind, being the closest person I knew. So I don't know if you would be willing to help with that, but if we could gather a couple people together, I at least know Amaris would be friendly enough for the job. But if you can think of anyone else, then um, that that would help a lot.
It means a lot to me that you thought of me. That means a lot. And of course, I would do anything for you, Dusty. I would do anything. So yes, I will help you. Personally, I think Merilla would be a good choice to ask to join us. And also Douse.
Yeah.
As to someone else, I do know of another powerful mage. Try and find her. She was my mentor. She was great.
She might be of use if she's a friend of yours, I suppose. Then she must be willing to help out.
I'm sure she would be. She's amazing. Let me just look at what her name was again because I forgot.
Vinshine, the dwarf wizard.
Yeah, Vinshine. Vinshine.
Okay.
She's a wonderful, wonderful woman.
We might be able to look around, but I'm not exactly sure where we are at the moment.
I have no idea either.
I mean, I assume we're close to the forest?
You're in the forest.
I think we're close to the forest as we're like in it.
Like inside of it.
As pretty as close as you
It
can
might
get.
be right behind these trees, guys.
The forest is right there.
Right behind those
oh.
trees, right in front of us.
Okay, well, if there's anything else you would like to do along the walk back, is there anything else? No?
Very much it for me.
Okay. All right. So as you guys continue traveling around this path, it takes a good portion of the day to make it back to the nearest city, which we will put you guys back on the map, which is Steel Glen. Oh, whoops, struggling. Which is a very nice city. Just put this right. Which Steel Glen is a very nice city. It's in and of itself. I have all my notes on the city here at the bottom. Pretty much it's a good city. It's beautiful country. It's well kept. You see it on the horizon as you guys are starting to come into town. You see a couple other some stragglers, some merchants on carts coming into the city. And as it's this big sprawled out place. And you can kind of see it off in the distance. You guys are about probably 20-minute walk away from the main portion of the city. But once you get into the city and as you guys come through the gates, coming close, there's two guards on either side that just kind of nod to the group that you're with, to the Dragonborn. And so they nod to them, and pretty much you guys are able to enter into the city, and it is late in the evening. It is late in the evening.
Would I know of any inns around here that I had previously visited?
Yeah, you would know about the Dancing Dragon Inn here in Steel Glen, which is a nicer place. You know that they've got the Dancing Dragon Inn actually has an attached bathhouse, which is one of the reasons why you enjoyed having it, staying there.
I think I'll go back there. Well,
Okay.
adventuring party, if you do not need my assistance or anything further with your job, I think I shall step out here for now.
Dash kind of nods to you. He said, well, we will also be splitting our ways here now that you guys are safely within the bounds of the city. So yes, you all may be on your way. We're just gonna go do our duty. So they all leave. And Gippy looks at
For your
Amaris
guidance
and he
and your
winks.
health.
And he winks at you.
Amaris just like obviously not really meaning it, but just like in a dramatic way, just like
And Merilla gives Amaris this look of like,
Gippy's like he's dazzled. He's very happy. And he's just like, don't miss me too much. And joins this group.
as soon as he's out of sight, not looking, Marilla's gonna go over to Amaris and be like, I don't understand. Why did you? I don't even know what to call it. You're so much better than him. I've never heard him, but I have heard you.
Once they're out of sight, she's just like, I didn't actually mean any of that.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm perfectly relieved.
That's good.
Never doubt yourself. Amaris.
So Douse,
Your
are
voice
you
is amazing.
Yeah, this is where I'm like, okay, well, it was a pleasure meeting you all, but I need a nice soak. I'm going to go. If you need me, I'll be at my inn. It's the Dragon Fire?
the dancing dragon?
Dancing Dragon. So I'll be at the Dancing Dragon inn, but it is late. I have had a long day.
I think we've all had a long day.
Do we all want to stay at the Dancing Dragon? I'll pay for all of our rooms. We can all stay together.
Yes, I will go
Fun.
gladly.
Little party.
Sure, why not?
Sure, I appreciate that.
I hope you don't mean to be sharing a room with me.
No, I'm married.
Good. Well, I just meant in general because I prefer my own room, which would be an extra expense.
Oh, that's what you meant. Well, no. You can share the okay. The boys together.
No, I want my own.
Sounds like a great idea.
That's all right. That's okay.
Oh, then never mind. Fine. Dustin, you can stay in my room if you want. And Amaris as well. Oh, and Merilla, if you also want to stay together.
If you want, you can get once you go into the inn, you actually like meet the inn's keeper. She's a short dwarf woman. She actually tells you that they have a house rule that unless you're married, boys and girls cannot sleep in the same room.
Okay.
He's like my son.
Sorry. No.
You would deny a mother the company of her son?
Yeah, you're not related.
You don't know that.
I mean, we really aren't related, but I mean, we are very good friends.
Yeah, good friends isn't going to cut it here, honey. So just, it's 2 silver per room per night, all right?
All right.
So you can get a girl's room. I got 3 beds in there.
Or your own room?
I think I'd prefer a room with you.
Haha. What about you, Merilla?
I'll always take free accommodations.
Wonderful. We'll have 2 separate rooms for the boys, and then the girls will all be together.
Sleepover! I like the idea.
An old woman, like, yeah!
She's over.
She's already going up the stairs.
Okay.
It's like, wait, which room is ours?
The dwarf woman, as soon as Nuri pays for the room, she hands over the keys. 2 boys' rooms keys and 1 girl's room's key. As you girls enter into your room, though, you notice that yours is a lot more spacious than the private rooms because there's 3 beds in there. There's actually 4 beds in there. It was a 4-bed room. But yeah, you guys are all able to stay in there. It's very nice, very wonderful. And yeah, the bathhouse, she does mention that is free to all people. Dust, you're like, yes, water. Getting a bath.
I'm just soak in it, like, oh. use a little bit of shape water to just like make some shapes in the air.
Mhm. I love that. So you're going straight to the bathhouse then?
Well, after I unload my stuff, but yes.
Yeah, in your room. Okay. Alrighty. So as you guys go in, get a nice bath, kind of clean up for the evening, and retire back to your rooms. Having accomplished your first day together as a semi-working group-ish kind of
We
acquaintances.
did not work at all.
You healed each
We
other
made a-
at some point. But
We made a
that
dog
is
pile.
a dead body pile. Okay. And that is where we will conclude tonight's session, as you guys have taken your rest in the evening. Ready to start the next day anew. All right. So, yeah. Anyways, you guys have fun?
Hello, everybody.
Perfect. Bravo,
Yay.
everyone. Bravo.
No one died.
Thanks for joining.
I almost
It
died.
was way too close.
Technically, an NPC died.
Oh.
I guess that's
One
true.
innocent kill. It's in my notes.
Oh
One
my gosh.
casualty. One casualty.
I will keep track of
Keeping
it.
count.
Oh,
Nice.
goodness.
One
Alrighty.
unnamed character.
Alrighty. Well, with that, we will bid you all on the stream adieu. Thank you so much for watching.
You are
Hope
so
you guys.
cool.
Yeah, exactly. We hope you guys enjoyed the stream and had fun. We will see you all next week, next Friday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And have fun till then. Goodbye. Good night.
Bye.
And good day.